Uh,
Hi.
hola.
Hello.
The voices. Hola, bienvenidos. Estamos aquí.
What she said. I don't actually don't know what the last part is.
We are here.
We are here. Yes, we are here. We are back. Hi. Um. Oh my god, I forgot my intro. Holy shit. Hey guys, family, it's here. I am joined with.
Wagon.
And yeah, welcome back to Le Truck and Talk Le Friday. Thank you, a mythical dragon, for wait for it.
A mythical Dragyn just resubscribed for 22
22
months.
months.
He estamos aquí.
22 months.
Hey, estamos aquí. Oh, I love that. Well, thank you for that tier 1 sub. And yes, we are back.
Did you tweet?
Fuck.
Oh man, this is why I'm here. We gotta work out.
It's been a while. It's been almost 3 months since this has been going on.
Gosh, feels longer.
Right? I felt like it's been like a year. And now, now live
Estamos aquí.
with, I don't know why with is not capitalized. Don't worry about it. https:// twitch.tv/ but yeah, welcome back. It's been almost 3 months. I think literally the last stream I did was early July, and we're already the day before October.
Oh man.
I hope I didn't fuck up that
Practically
tweet.
October.
It really is. In like what, 2 hours for you? No, 3 hours for you. 2.5 hours for you.
2.5 hours.
And
Hey,
three
that's a
and a
yawn.
half for me.
Let's get into formation.
Let's get into formation. I know you have something you want to say though. Wait, what did I do that?
Well, are you good to go?
Yes, I am now good to go. I've already did the tweet and like that. And we are good to go to start the Truck and Talk Thursdays.
Okay.
Third
so
Fridays.
Well, yeah, it's Friday.
It is a
indeed.
Friday.
So we're gonna do a little quick serious thing to kick things off because I am a Canadian, so I live up in the good north. I don't know why
The
I'm
Great
doing
White
this.
North, the better
I
North.
don't know why I'm so nervous for this, but here I am.
Aww.
But today, September 30th, this is the second year we've done this because it became a national holiday, federal holiday a year ago, or 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And today is Truth and Reconciliation Day in Canada, and in this day is really important to just kind of really learn the truth about our history. So,
Ooh.
in schools, a lot of things are glossed over when it comes to Indigenous culture and history and Canadian history as a whole. And so I've been spending holiday wearing orange. Orange is the color that was basically stripped away from them for when they went to school. And orange is a very important thing for Indigenous cultures and peoples and things like that. And so we're wearing orange shirts today. So if you've seen a lot of people on your like TikTok feeds or on photos online from your Canadian friends and family, it's because we are all recognizing and remembering all the things that have been going on in our
Should've worn
history that
orange.
have really come to light. So I am actually wearing orange. I got an orange shirt from the school I was at yesterday.
Oh, nice.
As we recognized it yesterday for the school, because we weren't in schools today. All federal related jobs are off today to do some
Right.
recognition work. So what I'm going to do is, this is Roberta Aluk. She is a Canadian and Indigenous survivor of residential schools. So what we do on this day is amplify their voices. Not really, the white settler voices or the Caucasian race. I am Caucasian, but I'm not sharing my story and my thoughts on this holiday because that's not my place. So Daryl has agreed to let me share the story. Fair warning, there is a lot of maybe triggering things, some like really sad stuff that comes out of this, but at the same time it's important to recognize it because
Right.
she also made another post that even if you are not from Canada, I'm pretty sure your own country has their own history that they don't talk about.
Right.
And so we're going to start with a little serious note. I'm going to read her story. And it's important to know what Canada has been trying to hide, but it's recently been unearthing and recognizing now. So this is Roberta Luke. So this comes from an I perspective. Just know that it's Roberta, not me. There we go. I did it. So it says here, I am a first-generation survivor of the residential schools. Please read my story. On September 30th, we encourage everyone to wear an orange shirt to honor and remember the experiences and loss of the thousands of children who were stolen from their families and placed in Indian residential schools. Tanzi. I guess I can change the pronouns to like her. That works. Tanzi. Her name is Roberta Alug, and she is a First Nations student at the University of Alberta. She is Woodlands Cree on my late dad's side from Wabasca, Alberta, and Dene Sucleen on my late mom's side from Dillon, Saskatchewan. My late mom, Virginia Joyce Grand, along with numerous other relatives, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, were all residential school survivors. I am a first-generation survivor. Today I wear an orange shirt and advocate for my people. Today I'm using my platforms to help others learn, both non-Indigenous and my relatives. I strive to live a good life as an example for our youth to follow and to end the cycle of intergenerational trauma. I am 5 years sober, in university with a major in the Cree language, actively volunteering, practicing in my culture and traditional arts and crafts, attending ceremony, and connecting with family. I am living proof that despite the efforts made in eradicating my people, our language, our culture, our children, we are still here and our resiliency has echoed since time immemorial. Nothing can take away the pride I have in who I am and where I come from. In my life as a First Nations woman, I've dealt with many hardships, such as depression, suicidal ideation, addiction, sexual violence, and criminal activity. Some may think I chose the path I did, but that is not true. Some may see that in light of my circumstances, I didn't have any other choices or tools to properly navigate life at that time. When I was younger, I witnessed many traumas, even my own mom being beaten and assaulted, being apprehended, being sexually abused, and discriminated against. Those are my first memories, and no child should have to go through that. Many of these circumstances in my life are directly tied to being First Nations. The circumstances I talk about are the contemporary issues that First Nations people face at an epidemic rate, such as poverty, mental illness, addiction, suicide, crime, and children in foster care. In the times of residential schools, First Nations people weren't allowed to speak their own language, have long hair, practice their culture, and most of all, be with their families. The removal of children from their families is the biggest genocide one can do, in my opinion. First, they took the land. Then they took our rights to culture. Then they took our own children. This went on for generations, and we see the effects today. That is the point I'm trying to make. As a fun fact, the last residential school closed in 1996. It is still recent history. It is still something that is still felt, just from 25 years ago. It hurts me to see my people struggle simply because of who we are as Indigenous people of Turtle Island. So, aside from striving to live a good life, wearing an orange shirt means also a lot to me. It's not just a shirt to me. It's my way of saying that I see the effects of residential schools, and I will stand with First Nations people, and also to honor my late mom. I have hope for a better future, and I want First Nations people to reclaim their families and identity. It is through days like Orange Shirt Day and documents like the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada and seeing others making a difference, even as small as wearing an orange shirt, that brings me hope for my people. Merci, FRYYAY.
Oh.
So, yeah, just again, this is one voice I wanted to amplify, Roberta Luke, and a lot of people are being so amazing and sharing their stories when really it shouldn't be forced on a day like this. But they are to recognize that no, everyone needs to realize that this history exists. It happened, and it still has effects to this day. So that's why we wear orange, and it's what I've been reading and absorbing today as a descendant of a white settler. So that is what Truth and Reconciliation is about, is really saying like they exist, First Nations people are here, and they deserve much more than what they were given. So thank you for letting me be a little serious here. If you want to read more on it, there's so many resources out there. Just look up Truth and Reconciliation Canada, and you can read on their 94 calls to action. And if you have it in you, even after today, or whenever you see this video, if you want, you can go and look up Indigenous ran organizations and donate, because they deserve to have a lot of support in this time, because it's a very hard day for many people. So
Right.
wanted to just do a quick little honor thingy because, yeah, it's been a heavy day.
Yeah.
And yeah. But thank you for letting me have that little first 10 minutes in space to do so.
No
And now we
worries.
can kind of kick it.
Transition somehow.
Kick it.
Kick
Like,
it.
kick it to like, oh my god, we've done this in forever.
I know it's been a hot while. I need to figure out how to do this all over again in a way. And to be fair, setting up was actually not too bad. Well, for obvious reasons, my background is a little bit different, don't you think? In the past two, since the last stream. If anyone has watched the last episode, probably like a couple months ago, probably watched it recently to see what has changed. Yeah, a lot of things have changed here because, well, I don't live in the place I used to live back then.
Yeah.
I'm trying to recall if I ever talked about it, and I feel like it's no, because last time I streamed, I believe, was before the 4th of July, American Independence Day. So, a lot of things did happen when my mom came back to the Philippines. She's back here now. It's already been that long. But a lot of things happened within all of July, most of August, and kind of September as I was trying to settle down. And well, this new place really. So to catch up as best as I can, I have moved. I am not in San Francisco anymore, but I'm still within the Bay Area. I'm actually down closer to San Jose, living in Menlo Park. It's still one of the places I have yet to vlog, but now I think I think I have an idea of where I'm gonna vlog. So hopefully we'll have a Menlo Park episode soon. But the reason why we moved here is because my brother managed to get a job down in Stanford, in Palo Alto, which is basically the next door city. Again, I'll get to it in my vlogs, like knowing we're gonna revert back and forth about it. But yeah, like my brother managed to find a job in Stanford University as a clinical nurse. So that's where he's working now. He's actually working tonight, so I'm actually by myself at home. But basically, right before my mom came back from the Philippines, he got accepted to a job, and it was basically a 2-week frantic search for apartments. I wish I was kidding, but it did happen. So we're basically trying to look for apartments for him, as my mom was just getting out of jet lag coming back from the Philippines. Looking through many of the sites like I used to look for, apartments.com, Craigslist, a bunch of other things, and then throughout the next few weekends after Truck and Talk, we decided to go and visit some of these units just so my brother could find a place. The only problem is that it's the Bay Area. It's very expensive. It's even more expensive as you go down the peninsula south of San Francisco. So that was a beautiful shock. But we did manage to find a place. I think it was like the second place on the list after viewing like other properties as well. But they managed to get it down, and that's where we're staying here now. We're now staying in the 2 bedrooms, so my brother has his own room. I have my own room. There's a full kitchen now, so I still need to. I've cooked a little bit, like pretty basic stuff, like eggs, sausage, and some of those things, but nothing too crazy yet.
We will get there.
We will get there. But definitely it's a bigger space than what I've had before. Maybe one day I will vlog it. Just like kind of do like maybe a little update, even though I have done an update about it already. If you watching this on YouTube, there is an update vlog about my move. It's more or less I'm gonna give the update vlog is more condensed. Okay, Nightbot. Oh, is my Nightbot not working? I think Nightbot might. No. Yeah, no, it's not working. Well, okay, we have to do this manually now.
Working
Awesome.
out the kinks.
Okay. But yeah, so I've moved out. I've provided that update. I'm going to provide more of a longer update here. That's was like my main plan all along. Throughout this, getting back into things. But yeah, they managed to find a place about like literally the week before my brother actually had to start to work, which was crazy. And then we started moving as much stuff as we can from my brother's from the from my parents' place to this place, which wasn't a lot of stuff for my brother, but it was a lot of stuff from me. So we'll get to that later. But so basically, my brother's move was pretty easy. All he had to do was like buy a little bit like new furniture and whatnot, and then all was good in the world for him. He was able to like start pretty easily, pretty quickly. Because of since he decided to rent out a 2-bedroom because a 1-bedroom was literally $400 less, which means it was going to be very expensive for him to rent a 1-bedroom compared to a 2-bedroom where we could split the cost. I had to make the decision, which wasn't really a decision because I actually did want to move, because I was already down to my last month of my rental, my 1-year agreement with the landlady in San Francisco. So I thought of just like, I have a gut feeling she may increase the price. Maybe she wouldn't, but if anything, it'll be a lifestyle change I'm willing to go for. So I said, why not? I'll just join with my brother. I will take a bit of a commute because Menlo Park is a lot farther than San Francisco, where my office is in San Francisco. But I thought it'd be cool, and it'll be like a fun, nice change of pace from the more or less hectic city life of San Francisco. Like, even though I lived in the suburbs of San Francisco, it was still very hectic. Here, for the past now month and a half, it's been nice. It's been nice and like, nice to get around, nice to like just chill. Still have a fun time exploring, but we'll get to that. So like, I wanted to like get a nice change of pace for my second year of living in the Bay Area. So I said, all right, fine. I will just message my landlady saying that I'm going to cut my 1-year agreement at the end of the agreement, and I'm not going to renew, and we'll move in mid-August. And that's what ended up happening. I had to pack quite a bit. Well, not really quite a bit. I did have to pack, but since I didn't really take off all my stuff and sprawl it all out in my place, it was pretty easy to repack. So I managed to do that. Try to grab like a few more things I knew I wanted to bring over to this place. And then yeah, in mid-August, I think it was like August 14th, was the big day. I got my friends again to help me out moving. All I had to do was rent a U-Haul, pay their lunch and their dinner, and all was good in the world. Though this time around it was a little bit more tricky to move my stuff because, well, we're starting from San Francisco, in which there wasn't much parking spaces to park a 15-foot U-Haul truck, but we managed. It took us about an hour to pack everything into the truck, because at the same time we didn't have a lot of space to pack in general, so we did have to do a little bit of last minute packing, because constraints in the little apartment that I did rent out. Plus, we didn't have enough boxes, so I got more boxes and was able to like move it pretty easily. Unloading the truck actually took about half the time, which was surprising because now I live on the second floor, which took a lot of walking up the stairs. Still haven't got used to it, but I'm getting there. But I guess with like 4 people, which was me, my 2 friends, and my brother helping out, it was pretty easy. So didn't have to worry too much on that. But yeah, managed to move all the stuff in one day, from San Francisco to Menlo Park, and then cue literally 2 weeks of unpacking. It took some time. Like, I managed to get my bed and my desk like within night 1, really. But everything else, I'm just trying to find stuff from boxes, because while we packed them, we were pretty much like kind of like wanted to like get it over with sort of thing. So we didn't really, when we unpacked it, we didn't really put the boxes in the right place. So it was still like a lot of searching, to say the least, to find like where did I pack this thing? Where did I pack that thing? and whatnot. I mean, hell, it took me literally a month to find my wheel, which I didn't. Which thank God it wasn't in the storage closet. It was actually right here next to my room.
Oh my god.
I just didn't check that box, and I looked in the box. It's like, hey, I found my wheel and pedals. All right, I didn't have to do much. But unpacking was took some time. I've also started to like put up some of my posters, but I didn't put up everything. I don't have my anime posters up just yet. Trying to like figure out like where I want to place them, but I haven't got to that yet. But I just started unpacking, cleaning up a lot of things. It was pretty hectic. The first few weeks being here because I was unpacking things means it's just going to be sprawling out again, and if I don't control the sprawling out, it's just going to be like I don't want to fix this, and I did felt that. It was like the combination of that, and then still doing my job at work. We're on 3 days in the office, 2 days off, or 2 days at home. So it's like balancing that has just been hectic, at least for the rest of August. In which I guess transitioning to work, because that's pretty much like the moving side of things and everything. I managed to settle down. I did want to start coming back to recording, editing, and streaming in early September, but thank you global warming, heat wave decided to come through for a good 2 weeks, so that was a pain. So I just said I would just wait until like I feel fully settled. I even told Dragyn this is like I would rather just now wait until I'm fully settled and I feel fully comfortable to do it, and now's the time. Thank God I'm back, because man, yeah, 2.5 months. I thought I probably have quit. I would tell you that. Being on hiatus for 2.5 months with like other things to do, I realized it's like, yeah, you do miss doing the things. It was just a matter of finding that like the willpower again to do it, and thank God it did come back. So I'm definitely okay with that. At least I didn't fully give up on it. But I guess transitioning from like moving stuff and all of that, we're all settled down here now in Menlo Park. Really love the place, and I feel like I'm going to talk about that as I get to like my flaw, like how I'm gonna start coming back into things. My work situation. I do have to commute, and at times, or I was not gonna lie, right before moving, I was a bit panicking because I had no idea how I was gonna do this commute. Am I gonna take the train, which most likely I would, but it would take me like an hour now versus like half an hour, like not really hour, like the whole trip would be like an hour 15, hour 30 minutes compared to like half an hour to 45 minutes. Am I gonna do that? If I'm gonna do that, what time do I have to wake up? Really early in the morning? Oh boy. What time I'm gonna leave? Really late at night? Oh boy, sort of thing. Luckily, I had a coworker who lives kind of not on the way from their place to the office, but he lives relatively close enough to where he can pick me up just by altering his route just a wee bit. He basically lives on the other side of the bay, but there's like one bridge that literally connects the two cities together. That usually takes about 15-20 minutes, or at worst 30 minutes because traffic, to basically connect between the two cities. So I asked this coworker, hey, I know you live here, and I know we've been starting to know each other a little bit more, getting comfortable just talking with each other. Can you be my carpool buddy? I will pay your gas and all that stuff. Luckily, he said yes. So, one good thing is that I do have a pretty good, consistent carpool buddy to go between here at work, and has become one interesting friend, to say the least, because we apparently do share roughly the same interests, like hobbies and whatnot, as well as we are almost one and like. We're almost like a clone. It's like between me and Brianna, or me and Brianna, or like that sort of vibe. So it's like we definitely where it's like everything we talk about is so relatable. Everything we we are like way too stupid when we're together. Whether it's at work, well, not really at work. We try to limit that, but when it's outside of work, it's very interesting to say the least. So I'm glad I have a good carpool buddy who I've started to hang out with a lot more outside of work, which is pretty cool. So at least I have managed to get that settled. So everything like this move, like moving here, wasn't a terrible idea after all. And yeah, it's been a nice time. I have been doing a lot of solo adventuring just to try to figure out, just to get the lay of the land, try to figure out where I can go for like stuff that I usually get in San Francisco. So it's like Asian goods, Asian snacks, other types of snacks. Know my thrift store routes and whatnot because I do want to find like cool like thrift stores to find like buy some cool things, figure out like where I can buy other things, and I think I've managed to find the places I want to go. But to be fair, I live now close to San Jose, which makes it so much easier to get to San Jose. And I haven't fully explored everything. San Jose is huge compared to San Francisco, so it's going to be some time for me to explore, but hopefully it will contribute to the El Camino Real vlogs that I'm having with my travel vlogs. I kind of have an idea now of which cities I want to hit, but I don't know if I want to do the cities down El Camino Real or just deviate a wee bit. We'll see. I think I have the idea of what cities I want left. I may have talked about it before already on Truck and Talk. But I definitely know that I have content. After Palo Alto, literally my last video in terms of the El Camino vlogs is Palo Alto. Eventually I'll do Menlo Park. Hopefully I'll do that real soon. I need to do a little bit more exploring in Menlo Park, but I think I got it down. And then continue on from there to like Sunnyvale, Mountain View, Santa Clara, and then San Jose. And then that's where that stops. But even in the meantime, like I've been exploring around the area. There's a lot of cool shit that I can't wait to show. So it's definitely have been a very nice change of pace. And yeah, the community, I love it here. It's so quiet, it's so nice, and I totally missed my turn. Nailed it. Actually, I don't know why I went that way. Interesting. But I love the community I live in. It's a lot quieter than where I was in San Francisco, aside from a train station with train horns. So if you hear train horns in this mic, that's the reason why. We literally lit the one awesome yet awesome good side yet benefit yet downside is living by active commuter rail station. At its peak, you'll hear about 8 trains per hour in both directions. Like usually at tonight, it would be about 2 trains per hour, 1 in each direction, all the way up to midnight or 1 a.m. So it's been a blast trying to mute the horn because the horn is really loud. We live literally like 100-200 feet away from a active railroad crossing, and then like 300 feet away from a active commuter rail station. So it's something that I think I've gotten used to, but there'll be times where I hear the horn. It's like, yep, I already know what time it is, and either my bowels are acting up to where I need to use the restroom, or damn it, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. But also at the same time, I feel like, oh, yep, there's the 10:30 train to San Francisco. There's the 10:50 train to San Jose. It's like I get to start knowing the schedules of when the train comes in. It's hilarious. But with that added benefit of just being next to the commuter rail station, I'm able to explore down the peninsula to San Jose and even go back up to San Francisco, which I haven't done for quite some time. The only time I did go back to San Francisco was to pick up my deposit check back from the landlady, which she was courteous enough to give back. So I thank her for that. But aside from that, I haven't had a trip to San Francisco outside of work. It's been mainly exploring down here on the South Bay and just really getting used to my new places, my new community. And yeah, definitely really like it here. I do have to say that I am also surrounded by a little bit of a mid-high class attitude around here because of one specific judging factor. And I blame my mom for this because she's been doing her walks around this neighborhood. She really she and I really noticed the cars that are being driven around here. They're not your normal Toyotas or Hondas or Fords. They're your BMWs, Mercedes, Ferraris, Lamborghinis. I'm not kidding. I've seen them here, and it's like I'm nearby a really rich community, and I really am because Atherton is literally the next community over, and most of the houses around there is like in the millions, of or tens of millions. So it's interesting. It's really nice to stay here. And it's definitely a change of pace for me. So I'm glad to like really now be in a more or less quieter place aside outside of the Caltrain, literally right there, the commuter rail right next door. But everything else has been nice, has been great. No bad seeds so far. Haven't got any dirty looks yet. I don't know. We'll see when vlogging because I don't know if people are like want to have their privacy or something like that. So we'll see. But if anything, I'm going to be recording down south towards the South Bay anyway, so we should be fine. Yeah, no, I've been liking living here. It's been really, really nice. And yeah, that basically kind of encapsulates at least me within the past 2 months in like a very broad scale. A lot of other things have happened in terms of work. I did surpass my 1 year, and that was a very fun review. I think I've definitely learned a lot about myself between when I started working for my company to now, and I'm hoping to improve during my 2nd year. We'll see how much shit I get to do by the end of this year, and I really need to like see how much shit I can do by the end of this year because I don't know if I think I've definitely talked about it on the last Trucker Talk streams, but it hasn't really solidified until about a month or two ago. My mom and my dad, unfortunately my brother can't go because well he's working now. But me, my mom and dad are going to the Philippines for Christmas. We're gonna be there for 3 weeks. Actually no, I'm gonna be there for 3 weeks. My parents are gonna be there for 5 weeks. They decided to extend for a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, but basically the whole family's going for Christmas, New Year's, which is something they haven't done in like quite a while ever since they left the Philippines. I think outside from my mom has celebrated Christmas and New Year, Christmas only in the Philippines. But it's my very first time experiencing it in my 28 years of living. This is going to be my first time being in the Philippines for Christmas, and knowing how the Filipinos celebrate Christmas, especially since they celebrated Christmas since September 1st, or prepare for Christmas since September 1st, it's gonna be a blast. So I'm gonna be gone between I think it's the last 2 weeks of December and the first 2 weeks of January. I'll be back on January 11th. We'll see. I'm gonna be definitely jet lagged, really heavily jet lagged. So we'll see if I decide to do a very quick Truck and Talk update on that week coming back. We'll see. But yeah, it's gonna be 3 weeks in the Philippines. It's been a while since we've been to the Philippines because literally this was planned back before COVID was a thing, where my parents wanted to go to the Philippines on Christmas in 2020 with the whole family because I was gonna end census and my mom was going to retire. So that would have been like one heck of a gift, but obviously we had to delay that because of COVID. So it'd be cool. It's now cool. Like it's cool that travel has reinstated again, and international travel, as a matter of fact, has been like starting to come up now. So we've planned that out, and we're more than excited to now go. I think starting late October, we're gonna be starting to pack. If anything, my parents probably have started like packing like certain gifts and things the trinkets wanted to bring over for Christmas. I'm trying to figure out like what I would want to bring, and try to figure out what I want to do. What do I want to? Obviously, I want to celebrate, but at the same time, I also want to properly make the memories. Because the last time I went there, I took pictures and a little bit of video. But I do regret not doing like a full like vlog in a sense. So I'm hoping I want to do that this year, even if it's just my family, like my extended, my extended family and whatnot. But doing that and then doing like some adventuring, whether it be in Metro Manila, we were planning to maybe go to the province because even though it's 3 weeks, there's a chance that we may do that for like a couple days. A lot of things. So like I want to like maybe keep a record of them. I'll see if I can vlog it, and if I do, I'm at the temptation of buying some new equipment. Because as much as I love recording with my Note 20 Ultra right here, which you guys can't see because it's charging, with my Note 20 Ultra here, one, it's my smartphone, it's my main smartphone. I don't want to get this stolen because Philippines still has like a rampant pickpocketing issue. But two, I kind of want to upgrade in in this equipment. So like I'm tempted to either get like a small handheld camera, maybe an action camera like a GoPro. I was also tempted to get a DSLR because not if I would just try to record a little bit around the Philippines, but also like update like the recordings when I'm here back in the States doing like my vlogs. So that would be cool too. I haven't really fully thought of that, and hopefully I'll be thinking that in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully before Thanksgiving, to consider getting a new camera. But yeah, we're definitely excited. I'm definitely excited to go, so it'll be a fun time. I've already got my vacation approved for it. I think I have talked about that already. I've got my vacation approved for it. And we already have our tickets. We already know who we'll be flying with, which we're not going to be flying the Philippines national carrier, Philippine Airlines. We decided to fly through Singapore. So it's going to be fun, like actually seeing Singapore the first time for me. It's not their first rodeo for my parents. They flew that was their connecting city when connecting between the Middle East where they worked at and the Philippines. But it's going to be a first time in a while for them, so I guess it would be a new refreshing experience to fly to a new connecting city. Because mainly I think the last flights we've done was like Korea, Taiwan. I know for the fact my parents wanted to avoid like Hong Kong, Taiwan in the midst of like all the tension going on with China, so we decided to skip on that. Unfortunately, I missed out on a great opportunity to connect in Japan because the tickets were at a good price while my mom was still in the Philippines, but we had to wait to ensure like the booking will go smoothly and we have it all planned. Unfortunately, I missed that out, but Singapore was the next best thing, so that'll be cool. Maybe I'll vlog that. Maybe we'll see. I want to try to make the most memories out of it. I'm not saying that this will be the only time. Hopefully not. Like knock on wood. But I want to like really implement like something to know that hey, this happened in 2022 for me. This happened in 2022 for the family, and I want that to like be known. Not only I guess with the family, but I guess with you guys as well if you do watch it. Which thank you again. So those are like really the big thing that's gonna be coming up here in the near future. After settling down, that's really the next big thing. Well, okay, that is one of the big things. The other big thing, in a sense, is to attend 2 weddings of my friends, which is gonna be very interesting. That's gonna be coming up here in mid-November and then early December. So yeah, I'm gonna be here for 2 weddings. That's gonna be crazy, just leading up to the Philippines trip. So basically starting in November, it's gonna be a busy time for me, so it's gonna be great. We'll see. All I know is that for one of the weddings, my friend wants me to help out set up like a live streaming thing, which is gonna be great. And they said they wanted me to like set up a camera for them and get a camera. So it's like that was kind of like also my second excuse of like, if I get a camera for them, it would technically be a camera for me and they're borrowing it. So it's like the temptation is there. I just really gotta plan that out. But there's 2 weddings I'm gonna be attending here at the end of the year, like prior to the Philippines trip, which is gonna be adding upon the craziness that is this year so far. At least I like it crazy in a good way, knowing the things that has been done in 2022. It's insane to say the least. But basically those are my updates. I will try to think of more.
What about your convention?
Ooh, I want to bring that up, but my dad is calling me. So, how well can you do a good
Oh.
transition of fun things to talk about, Dragon?
Oh Lordy, I was preparing for you to talk for like another hour, to be honest. While I'm playing games. Um,
No worries. If anything, you could talk about something just random, really,
sure, I'll
for a
talk
little
about
bit.
randomness.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk about one
I
thing about my life that's come up because it's interesting.
Okay, I will keep
Uh,
myself on a BRB screen, but I'll still be here. So you'll be hearing Dragon. I'll just mute my mic.
yeah. So I had all these jobs because I'm crazy. I guess who has another? Me. I have another job because I'm wild like that. I am now a public speaking coach for youth between the ages of 10 and 17, which is really amazing. It was an opportunity that came up really randomly. I don't even like, okay, what a story. I got contacted. So I am the vice president of public relations for Toastmasters and my one Toastmasters club. And we had a contact come to us through the club asking if anyone would be interested in this position. And I was like, oh, interesting. Yes, I can absolutely share with the club. And I invited her to come speak about it and everything. She didn't get a chance to come to the club to speak about it, but I spoke about it on her behalf. And then it was so funny. I looked back through my applications on Indeed, and I was like, actually, funny story, lady. I did apply for this position before. And so she basically fast tracked it immediately. So she contacted me on a Wednesday. And then I was basically went through the interview the next day, got hired the following day, the Friday, and then my first class was the Monday. It was a wild ride. I'll tell you what. And it's been a really interesting job. I've been starting with the very basics because the class that I'm teaching is all about speech in a very wide general sense. So I'm building their foundation, helping them understand things, all the different elements of a speech right now we're going through. So that's informative, argumentative, and emotional elements of a speech. And just getting them speaking and talking more. And it's an hour and a half class every Monday night. And then if I do well, I can also have the students request me for one-on-one coaching and lessons. And they might try to find me other opportunities as well. And it is an in-person class, and it's really interesting to be back in person doing something like this because I've been doing a lot of online tutoring and online teaching. And of course, I'm also in person doing substitute teaching, but at the same time, like it's just like, oh, another thing to go do and do in my
Mm-hmm.
week. Wow. So
Ooh.
that's just one update from me on my behalf as I'm a public speaking coach, and it's really cool.
Not gonna
I've been
lie.
really enjoying it a lot.
Not gonna lie. Knowing your updates so far of like all the fun little things that you've gotten yourself into, it's really cool.
That's just one little thing, guys. So there's more.
There's more. Most definitely. Okay, yeah, so I think I am fully back now. I got my mic working and everything. Hopefully nothing is going to haywire after muting my mic.
No, you sound good.
Awesome, awesome. But yeah, I think the last thing you said did mention was conventions. Oh yeah, about conventions. I did go to a convention quite recently. About a month ago actually. Went to SAC Anime.
My birthday. Sorry.
Yeah, hi, I'm sorry. I still feel bad about that.
It's fine. No one cares about the 20th birthday.
Oh. Honestly,
Ah!
I'm
Sorry, I
hoping we
almost
could plan something
blasted
stupid.
your ears with TikTok. I'm so glad I muted that
Nailed it.
quickly.
Nailed it.
Um,
But yeah, went to another anime convention on that Labor Day weekend. Um, it was by request of not my friend, but my carpool buddy, who was planning to go to Sakataway for like quite some time and has been like itching me to go. It was just a matter of seeing how many friends in my friend group that wanted to go. Fortunately, it was only one asterisk, but also gonna be my second time meeting with his coworker. So it's like I'm going with my coworker in a way, he's going with his coworker, and we were just all gonna meet up together, and it's gonna be one heck of a time. I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely a really nice chill convention in midst of a heat wave. um, in a way, such of like just bringing like two different like sides of really the two different communities in like in the friend group space sort of thing. Not actually not even two, three, because while they didn't say yes on like the invite sort of thing that I've like pretty much blasted out to my friend group, I think really like 2-3 weeks in advance. They decided to show up anyways on the one day, and we're like, wait, why are you here? You didn't tell us you were gonna be here. And then they ended up bringing their friend group, so it was just like one heck of like a social weekend of just hanging out with like different people from like whether it's from one friend group, another friend group, coworker group, you name it, sort of thing. It was a really nice chill convention. Saw some art, bought some goods, did see a panel which Dragyn is very jealous of. One of the panels were grabbing all of the English Pokemon English VAs from basically the first 8 seasons of Pokemon. At least that's what they said. They were like from the first 8 seasons, so the OG seasons. They were all brought together. It was their first time meeting together, supposedly, like outside of a recording booth. Like even like the sort of combination they had for this panel has never existed, apparently, if I remember correctly. So they were just like talking about like their VA careers, their fun moments, voice acting in Pokemon, their high moments, their low moments, and not including not only Pokemon but other animes and other shows they've done as well. There was at one point where we spent like a good 3 to 5 minutes talking about bagels because someone decided to ask, what is your favorite bagel and why is it everything? And since a majority of the voice actors were from the East Coast and specifically in New York, it was hilarious hearing bagel talk, to the point where me and my friends decided to think of, we should get bagels the next morning for breakfast. And we did. We managed to DoorDash a thing of bagels to the hotel room the next morning because we decided to stay the night in Sacramento. To experience like not really a full weekend con because the con started on Friday and I didn't want to take any of my days off because of my trip to the Philippines. But we definitely like wanted to like experience as much of a week as possible because we thought SAC Anime was a small convention, and it was smaller than Fanime, but my friend was heavily surprised at how big it got compared to the early days. Because apparently in the early days they were just hosting it in a hotel. Now they're in a proper convention center, and they had like a lot of stalls, a lot of vendors and whatnot. Though the only problem I had there was only one in and out system, like entry and outry. Okay, words. Enter and exit, which crowded up everyone into this one central location, which made it so hard to like walk around, and you definitely felt the claustrophobic. And if you're still, worried about COVID, definitely take it easy. Thank God I didn't get COVID. None of my friends got COVID throughout that whole, more or less a mess of a convention, but it was pretty organized. It was chaotically organized, to say the least. But it was definitely fun. It was definitely fun to just like catch up, be stupid. And it was nice, like a nice way to like really end the convention season, I guess, for like within me and my friends. Though that's what I thought. But there may be another convention I might be going to. It's gonna be a local one, nothing too big. It's not gonna be like TwitchCon or anything like that. I wish, but I don't have the time for that. But I may be going to a hyper local anime convention here in Palo Alto next month because one of my other coworkers who is into anime actually bought tickets for it. It's just a one-day convention, and they were extending the invite to other coworkers. So they messaged a carpool buddy, who then messaged me. It's like, hey, do you want to go to this convention? It's like, you know what? I've been thinking about it, and I've been hesitant about it because I didn't know if anyone else wanted to go. But knowing that someone is going, it's like, I may go, sort of thing. So there's a possibility I'll be going to a one-day anime convention next month, which will be fun.
Hmm.
But definitely like experiencing fanime and experiencing sack anime, it does make me want to. It's still like the thought of going to conventions is still high. So hopefully 2023, we'll be aiming for more conventions. I don't know if I'm going to be aiming for Anime Expo. I want to see, knowing how hectic it was, knowing how hectic Anime Expo was this year. I am a bit hesitant to go. But I know my friend still wants to go to Fanime, so that's definitely gonna be better planned. Hopefully, we'll be like at a closer hotel and not doing it all last minute, and maybe for a full weekend. Maybe other conventions out of state once I get my vacation hours back. There's a possibility I could be visiting Dragyn, maybe going to Animeathon, or what was the other one we were talking about?
Well, I don't know about that one with how close your like vacation ends, because that's in May, I think, and it's Odafest in Calgary.
Ooh, Odafest. I have a gut feeling like So I also got a pay raise and all that stuff. Starting my second year, I'm only gonna leave it at that because talking about pay is always an iffy subject in public.
Let me double check dates for Odafest again. Yeah, May 19th to 21st is Odafest, and it's their 25th anniversary.
I think I also noticed I have a decent allocation in time now, so I think I might have enough time to do like a weekend at Odafest. We'll see. I have no idea if like what other conventions aside from Odafest.
Oh, Animeathon is August 5th to 7th.
Ooh, we got a date now.
We do, because they announced it at Expo.
Oh, they did.
Our Edmonton Comic Con, basically.
Right.
Yeah, they announced it then.
Yo, sweet. Okay, so if anything, I still, to be fair, I still want to visit more of Edmonton. So if I can't do Odafest, we could do. I would want to do Animeathon.
Yeah.
Most definitely. But yeah, I'm planning maybe to do more conventions because I have a gut feeling, even though Japan did open up starting October 11th of this year, there is a possibility that the trip may or may not happen depending on how many people will be available for it next year. Putting my hands up on that, I don't know yet. It's really an up in the air sort of thing right now. Nice. I
had pizza.
But oh, what kind of pizza? Sorry, I got distracted when you said pizza.
I don't even say excuse me. I'm like, I had pizza. Sorry. I create your own because I was craving things. It was like jalapeno ranch sauce with pepperoni, bacon, and like roasted corn vegetable mix.
See, I know I should have got pizza today.
It was really good, really greasy, and I kind of regret it because I'm very gassy now.
Very, very burpy.
Yep. It was also delicious, so I don't know.
I mean, it's like greasy, delicious. It's only a good combination, really. I know it is like a gassy, like it's like gassy issue, but at the same time, I feel like it's worth if it's really good.
Yeah.
What was the last thing I was talking about? Shit.
Japan trip. Maybe.
Japan trip. Yeah, so it's going to be a big asterisk right now. If for those who haven't heard the news, Japan has opened up ever since October 11th and allows free exploration for anyone for I think certain countries at the moment, but it should be opening up like towards 2023 for like other countries to do their own self-guided tours and whatnot. You don't have to be on a paid tour or anything like that. You could just explore whenever you want, sort of thing. So like my friends were like talking about it ever since that got announced, but we're still in the thought process of what we wanted to do, if we wanted to do in 2023. We'll see. But if like that may not happen, I might allocate my hours for conventions, maybe visiting other places around the country. Cool. I didn't expect
That's what
that.
happened. I was wondering why I'm like, Daryl, you really emphasize the first part of country there a little too much.
Country.
Don't. Daryl.
I literally tipped. I'm loading up.
I see that.
That was weird. That was really weird. It just like I just like.
I was like,
damn.
yeah.
It was such a slow grace falling down, and I didn't crash any time on my last load. So it's like, oh, this is gonna be a good trip until this happened.
Are you taking just small trips right now?
No. Kind of like my first trip was from like
My God.
Bratislava over here to Luxembourg, and now I'm going to the UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like going everywhere right now. I know there's like a couple other places I should visit, and other places I can unlock, which one day I'll get the expansion for. Whoop.
Do it. Although,
Let's see.
yeah.
But yeah, like I want to like visit more conventions. Maybe go to TwitchCon. Maybe go to Anime Expo. I don't know yet. This is if like the Japan trip doesn't happen. Doing like the bigger conventions. I don't know so much about PAX. I know like I do play games and whatnot, but I've always wanted to go to PAX, but I'll see. But at the same time, I also maybe find a time to now visit the East Coast. Maybe go to New York, just to visit my hometown, and visit in general. One cool thing is that my carpool buddy went to university in New York City, so at least now I have a second person to go with if I need to, who I could relate for about New York City shit. So like he's been egging me on to do that. We'll see if that happens.
I want to go to New York,
Ooh, sure.
but I also want to like do Broadway and like hit up like very touristy things.
Oh yeah, like the shows and all that stuff. I still have
Times Square.
the thing is, it's like when I go back to New York, I'm actually gonna do the touristy things because I never did them.
Yes.
Because
Times Square, Broadway,
Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty, the park,
Yeah, the park, Central Park, all the other parks.
Union Station.
There's technically not a Union Station. We have a Pennsylvania or Grand Central. Oh god, this is
Grand
heavy.
Central is what I'll mean.
Yeah, Grand Central Station is really cool. It's also gonna be interesting for me, because even though like I've never fully been here, but just being at Ground Zero One World Trade Center,
Oh, that's the
It's-
one place I want to go to.
it's gonna be like that's gonna like probably hit me because it's like
Yeah.
there used to be two towers here, now there's one. And like I've heard that like for people like used that did experience it, even though I've kind of experienced it, I was 10 miles away from it.
You experienced it.
Yeah, I've experienced it. That's
There
fair.
is no such thing as that, kinda.
No,
You
it
did.
really isn't kinda. It was scary. It was scary and surreal because that was a time where everyone was in a state of panic, I swear. But it would be interesting to just go there because it's like, yeah, there used to be two towers here, now there's one. I've heard from people who are like kind of local or like who used to like really go around there frequently, just get emotional about it. So I don't know if that's gonna click with me, because I mean, yeah, New York City is my hometown. I was born in one of the five boroughs of New York City and lived in one of the five boroughs of New York City. So I am still a certified New Yorker in a way, even though I don't have much of my New Yorker characteristics anymore. So there's that. But yeah, I wanted to maybe go back there, maybe visit New Jersey to visit my friend Kathleen over there, and just do like a lot of like Eastern things because it really. Now that I think about it, it's going to be almost 20 years since I've last moved out of New York, and I haven't
Yeah.
visited New York ever since. So if hopefully maybe next year, ooh, I'm gonna keep my speed without tipping this truck. Hopefully next year I'll find a time to visit New York. Maybe take a week I would want to spend a week, maybe like 4 days, like a good extended weekend in New York, and just experience all the things that I surely missed. Um, yeah, do first do the touristy stuff, but also visit my hometown or my neighborhood where I used to live, where I usually frequent, because I know a lot of things have changed over there. So it'll be like one cool surreal thing to do. Um, I kind of wish I could bring parents, but I think they're like kind of being iffy about it. Even though we're flying to the Philippines soon, I think they're like kind of iffy like flying to the East Coast. But we'll see. I don't know if I can also convince them to come as well. Um, but yeah, just like doing those things. Maybe 2023, we'll see. In terms of those short-term goals coming back from the Philippines, I don't know yet. I don't know what sort of series I want to start up in 2023 once I finish the El Camino Real series, because I didn't expect to be in Menlo Park, because the next one was supposed to be Bart, but now I'm a little bit far away from Bart.
You can still do it.
I could still do it. I mean, it's not hard. It's just gonna be like I'm just gonna be adding extra time. But if anything, I'll probably use that like an excuse to be like, okay, I'm visiting this place because it's been a while since I've been here.
Yeah.
So maybe it definitely that will be on my on my radar for my next series. If I can't think of anything else, maybe if I could think of some cool thing to do around here. I mean, I'm next to Stanford University. Maybe I could find a time to do like a little walk tour to see what's around there. That's where my brother works technically too. So, and it's a really big campus. Like it's huge. So maybe one day we'll do that. I could do that. But there'll be like other things that like will come up, and I'll just try and record and vlog. But if anyone has any ideas, whoever lives in the peninsula of the Bay Area, comment down below. Give me an idea. Maybe I'll take it. And visit it. But yeah, that really has been me. I'm trying to think of other things right now, and I'm kind of feeling at the moment, because I kind of did go pretty broad on it. Yes, I could go specifics, but like at that point, it's like I would probably end up having like an 8-hour stream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's only been an hour. It does not feel like an hour though.
Oh my god. How traffic in Edmonton on a Friday night can actually suck a dick.
Oh god. Is there like a big event going on? Oh shit.
No, it's just Friday. It's just a long weekend. Although it's not a long weekend, it's a very important holiday. But people are going drinking and partying anyway.
Right. Because it's like, hey, day off, yay.
And it's just people with really loud like engines and like just grinding your brakes, please. Stop speeding too. Can you hear that? It's like yeah, it's a lot of that, and it's so annoying.
Gotta love 109th.
Yeah, everywhere. Anything else from you? I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think. Eventually I will start talking about more of my work, probably in my later Truck and Talk, because yeah, a lot of things are going down, like a lot of things coming about at work. We have a new version of our software coming out real soon, so in preparation that it's gonna be hectic, but I would rather share
that for a little bit anyway while I go get water.
Okay, yeah, so like our new version.
Already talking about it.
Yeah, I already did. Okay. So yeah, our like in terms of like work, we have like a new version coming. We usually have a new version coming out every year, usually by the end of the year. And it's always a hectic time whenever a new version of our software comes out, because as a support member, because I do tickets, it is a bit daunting to try to support them when you kind of don't know what's going on. So I'm hoping that like I'm going to be like working out with like other coworkers to see if we could like figure out a way to plan a way to centralize all this information to maybe like a spreadsheet or documents or whatever, to know what new features are coming out in our new version of software, so we are ready to answer those questions for our new customers, our existing customers, and everything. So we are not lost in the queue, and hopefully our queue doesn't jump up, because we've had a pretty low queue the past couple months, and hopefully we keep it like that in preparation for the new version. But we will see. I'm not confirming that it's going to be as smooth sailing for us, but we will try our best to make it as smooth sailing as possible. So just going to be working on that. I've been storming up some ideas with coworkers, and they were more or less on board to do them. It's just a matter of doing them. And from what I've heard, we have like a little expo coming up real soon. Unfortunately, it's not going to be in the States because the company is in Europe, so they're going to have their expo in Europe for a couple days. Going to be doing a lot of talks, doing a lot of presentations and whatnot. Apparently, it's also going to be streamed live on YouTube, but I won't tell you. You'll figure it out yourself where I work. All I know is it's a business software company, so... but we're just trying our best to prepare for that here in the next coming weeks, because yeah, the expo is happening in the next couple weeks in Europe, and then eventually the new version of the software should be coming out in, I believe, November, which is going to be great because I am going on vacation, so I'm going to have to like slow down a bit when I get close to December. It's going to be great, but at the same time, as like a person who has been taking additional responsibilities now at work outside of doing tickets, I have to be prepared. We all have to be prepared. So hopefully, in the next few weeks, I'm going to be collaborating with a couple of coworkers to see if we could get this, basically get our show on the road, and be prepared and help other people out with the new version of the software. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, for those who doesn't know, I've also been like work has been interesting, definitely for me, where I have definitely started participating more on, like, well, obviously helping out other coworkers, but also being an expertise on some of our products and whatnot. And then it's just been basically a hectic time these past couple months. Especially, it didn't help that I was also moving, so like going back to the movie thing, last couple months was like not really a train wreck. It was chaotic, but I was getting there, sort of thing. But at the same time, it was very... Okay. At the same time, it's been very... it was very busy, very, like I could not focus on, like, other things outside of just work and moving. Hence why I went on an unexpected hiatus. I didn't really put out a message on there. I did kind of try my best to like put it on Twitter, but that didn't really work either. But I've started to get back into posting on Twitter, posting stuff on like Instagram and whatnot. I will try to get Nightbutt working when we get maybe towards the end of the stream. I'm gonna try and get that working soon, just so we could share socials pretty easily. But just getting through all of that, it was just been a hectic time. So that's why YouTube and Twitch was on the back burner for a little bit. It's like almost like a little bit of a repeat of like what happened during census and like that. If you guys have been watching Trucker Talk for years, you would know that. But I am trying my best not to make that a big thing where I take a long hiatus and just stop, sort of thing. So it was very nice for me. Like, even though I took that hiatus, it didn't take me too long to get back up and running. I'm still able to balance out everything, and now I have the time again to do this, which I am glad that I could still do this again. Again, it's going to take me a while, obviously, like talking with you guys. I think I'm still getting there. I'm getting the hang of things, but at the same time, it has been a hot while for me. Like just talking in general, like out to a camera, basically. I think for me it's definitely now different because I've gotten more comfortable talking with coworkers, talking with other people now. Haven't fully gotten used to like doing presentations, but I'm getting there as well. But just being like with real people, just seeing them face to face has been very interesting. So it's interesting to say that it's hard to go back to this. I know one can help it. I know. Me too, cause wow, we at the time. Yeah, it's been a hectic time for all of us, and I know which one you're talking about too.
Okay. I need electrolytes. Give me. Okay.
Oh my
Hey.
god, you make me actually want to get my thing of Picard set to get some electrolytes in me because I'm starting to wane a little bit, and my water is like getting warm because my room is still warm. It was surprisingly warm today. Finally getting to the weather. Surprisingly warm today, and it was warm all of September, which is why? Why is September the warmest month compared to every other month in the whole year? Thank you, global warming. I love you.
We even went for a brief period of like high 20s, and I'm like, no,
No.
go back, please.
Like it was like for like especially for this week, it's been like mid 70s, like low 20s, and then suddenly it's like, all right, I want to feel like I'm going to be 86, 89 today, close to 30 C. I'm just like, what the fuck? Why is it hot today?
Legit, us last week, we hit 27, 28,
mhm.
and then 26, and then it just dropped to 20, and we're like, okay, hello.
Like who pissed you off?
I know things are happening, but no.
Right? I have moved my pedals a little bit too far forward because I'd almost fucked.
I was wondering what you've been doing the last little couple minutes, because just like slinking further in your chair.
I was, and then that didn't help that my pedal decided to like go further forward, and then it's like, okay, I'm slipping. Okay, come on, truck, you can do it. But yeah, so man, weather has been one hell of a bitch, so I'm like a little bit sweating in my room even though the AC's cranked in the main room. One good thing about this place in Menlo Park is we have AC, but it's not central AC. It is basically centralized to a room. And that's like my definition of centralized. It's not centralized. Yeah, so like if once I get out of my room, it's gonna be nice and cold, but once I come back here, it's gonna be like hot and steamy. Doesn't help that I have a big computer over there. But I'm hoping it cools down because I know for the fact this weekend I'm gonna try to go somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I'll go somewhere. Maybe I'll try and go to an Apple store and find a place that sells iPhone 14 Pro Maxes because thank you, Carpool Buddy, for getting an iPhone 14 Pro Max. I joined him in that escapade because we decided to look up on a website that has availability checkers for those iPhones, and I've been slowly wanting the new iPhone. The new iPhone 14 Pro Max in deep purple looks so nice. But I also couldn't justify spending that much money. But then he's really egging me on to do it. I'm just like, stop! You're contributing to capitalism, which I like to be part of too, or capitalism consumerism, which I like to be part of too. But at the same time, stop. One day I'll get into the Apple ecosystem. I don't know when, but I will.
There's a new phone I want that's not Apple related.
Really?
Yeah. It is a smartphone flip phone.
Ooh. Is it the one from Samsung or someone else?
Samsung, yeah.
Yeah. That was my second.
I want it so badly.
Not gonna lie. Like if I wasn't not gonna be wooed by the iPhone 14 Pro, my next phone will not be this. It would be a foldable phone. Because I've touched one of those. They are amazing.
I want it. It's so cute. Plus the commercial for it is really precious.
Yeah. Oh, really? For you guys in Canada?
Yeah. It's like a family or like a gathering taking like selfies with each other and like putting it like you could put on the table and have it like set up like almost like the Nintendo what was it called? Not Switch, the thing before it. Oh no, I can't remember. And it was a foldable little thing that you played for Game Boy.
DS.
No, not DS. Before that one. The little fold-up one. Yes. Yes, that one. And so you can like set it up like that, like you used it
Hmm.
up kind of thing, and then you can take selfies and like timed
Oh
photos.
yeah,
And then like there
yeah.
was pets in the room because they all brought pets, and
Hmm.
then they knocked it off the table and the kitties took selfies of each other. It was great.
Oh, that's cute.
So I wanted.
Not gonna lie, the flip and folds are really cool. Like the flip, like I'm surprised. It's like if you,
It's
I
so
for
early 2000s and I want it.
you had wait, I forget. I don't. I think we may have talked about this before. Either well, definitely personally, but I don't know if it was we talked about it on stream. Did you ever had a Motorola Razr?
No. I
Oh,
had another kind of cheap crap little flip phone.
flip phone, right? Okay. Yeah, no, my mom
Mhm.
had a Razr, and yeah, I've had the cheap, cheap flip phones. Not gonna lie, when I touched the Samsung one, I'm just like, wow, this is so nostalgic.
I want it so bad. Plus, like, if you don't have pockets, you can still clip it onto your pant belt.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that
And
would be
it's
amazing because it
and
just
it's
pops onto it.
right, and it's super tiny. Like, if you
Right?
like went for the flip, it's basically this kind of size phone. I think maybe a bit smaller than this, but folded. So think half the size of
Yeah.
this phone.
And it's
And
amazing because it folds, and then when it unfolds, it just goes snaps right back into like a normal phone, and it's just like
yeah, yeah,
you have no
I'm
idea how
still
much I need it.
I'm still in the era of like big phones, so that's why like I wanted a 14 Pro Max. But I do also want the Galaxy Fold. I know the Flip is the smaller one. I like the big one because it's like tablet size and just like ooh, big screen.
That's way too big for me. No, thank you.
Yes.
But I'm also only 5'1", so I don't really want things bigger than my head. Thank you.
Not gonna lie, the Flip looks so good on you. Like having the Flip and
Right? It'd be the first time I ever like I've got. Well, I had Android for a brief time there.
you did back in the UK.
In
I
the
remember
UK.
this. Oh my
I
god, I
found
forgot
that
about
old
that.
fucking thing the other
You
day.
did? Oh my god, that must have been weirdly nostalgic.
I was like, oh, you shit piece of thing.
I forgot I bought you when my last phone fucked up.
hmm
Because you had your 5S and then it like broke, I think.
The battery like expanded
Oh yeah, you had the
just
battery
so much
expand.
that it was like, and then I couldn't use it anymore, and it just shut off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I was like, I need a phone though. So I got
And
Android, and then like what, 4 or 5 months later, I had to come move back home because pandemic.
yep. Oh yeah,
Like
you're
Google
right. That was
Maps
the
on that thing, or the Maps application on that thing was just so
oh my
bad.
god, trying to help her out with the phone because it was a not gonna lie because she had a very strict like a very small budget to get a new phone because it was an emergency, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty much UK doesn't really have a nice set of budget phones compared to the US. I'd say compared to US and Canada, I think we have a better set of budget phones there here.
Really good
Um,
plans on their phones, but not the greatest
that's
phones.
yeah. So like it was kind of tricky to find a good Android phone for her because obviously iPhones is just out of the picture. Being there.
Yeah.
Um, you either have to be tied to a 2-year contract, I think, or you're prepaying a lot of pounds. Um,
Yeah.
so I tried my best to find a good phone that would probably work well for her. That hopefully wasn't slow enough. It was still slow to say the least,
Mm.
but like I tried my best, like with her limited budget, to find a good phone that she could buy off. I think it was Amazon.co.uk, right? That we bought it off from.
Yeah, it's Amazon.
Yeah. So but at least with the Samsung ones, there are their top tier. That like if you get like the
Yeah.
Z Flip, it's their top tier phone.
I'm gonna look at this shit right now, actually, in Canada. Let me see. It's with the Galaxy Flip.
Yeah, Galaxy Z Flip. There is a 4 and there is a 3. What I've heard between the two versions is there's very small differences. So if you could
Cool.
find the Flip 3 for a decent price, I would go for that.
Okay, Flip 3. Googling. Well, what company am I with right now? I'm with Fido. Fido.
With Fido, bark bark.
Yeah. Fork. That's right, we got puppy. Fido. It's so pretty. They do have plans with Fido. Oh,
Oh.
baby.
I mean, how long have you had your 10R already? More than 2 years now, right? 2.5 years, I think.
Not quite.
Oh no.
Because like I've only been in Canada for like 2.5 months.
Months.
Sorry, 2.5 years.
Oh, sorry, I had to. Um, yeah, but I think like was it that time you did get a new phone, or you had to wait for like a little bit? I
Well, I
forgot.
got one of my mom's phones, iPhone 7, and then I got to immediately upgrade it like a month or so later to the XR.
Oh, I see. The 10R, yeah.
We can get purple, we can get lavender.
Yes,
We can get
the lavender.
lavender.
Yeah, they have lavender. On the flips, they have lavender. It looks so good.
I want to call my mom and be like, "Dad, Mom, can I get?"
Can I help you pay for this phone? I need this phone.
Mommy,
Mommy.
Mom, please look at it. It's beautiful. It's so cute.
It's such a cute
Yes.
phone. I wonder if you have like, is there like a Samsung? I know Samsung store is pretty rare compared to like an Apple store, but like, you should see the phone. It looks so good.
He's so cute. Look at that little baby. He's so thin. I'm looking at the photos. Thin boy. Thin boy, flat boy, folded boy.
Mm-hmm.
Guys,
I mean, he has a like this fold has a bit of chonk, or the flip has a bit of chonk when you fold it.
That's
But like
fine.
the space it takes, it would look fat, but it's tiny.
It's so cool.
She's in
Excuse
love.
me.
She fell in love with it.
Especially because there's lavender.
Yeah, I almost like I was trying to remember. It was like, was it the flip that had the lavender, or was it the fold? It was the flip.
Look at the baby.
I'm glad that some phone companies are doing like multicolors like that.
White.
It's not black and white anymore. It's or black white and gold anymore. Like
It's not too late at night to message my mom now, is it?
Is she at work? If she's at work, it's even better.
She starts at 2:30 nowadays. I think she must have just gone off work.
It's perfect time.
Or maybe I'll just message the group chat and be like, I found a phone I want. I found a new phone I really want.
And it's now due time to upgrade my 10R. Hey, Android phone. Android phones is always a fun thing to like experience compared to like Apple. But at least with Samsung, it makes it a little bit easier.
Never again. I will never go back to Android. Sorry, Android people. Never again.
Well, Samsung is Android, but it's like a good skin. It's like a very streamlined version of it. Like it's good. You feel like you're touching close to an iPhone, really. There's like a little bit of quirks, but the transition should be pretty easy compared to like other Android phones where it's just like, what the fuck am I looking at? But yeah, you should definitely find a time to like demo it because it's so good. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
My phone does not want me to type Galaxy Z Flip 3. That's fine. It's changing everything to like flip, to flop, to fluid. I'm like, can we not? There we go. Okay, I've been in the group chat with my mom and my sister just so they can judge me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough about phones now.
Yeah. No, that was like the one aside that like I like kind of popped into my head. It's like maybe I'll do that over the weekend. Go to like an Apple store, try to see if there's any iPhone Pro Maxes available. Maybe I'll switch my phone because I kind of love my Note 20 Ultra, but also, yeah. But also I'm saving up for camera. So I guess there's that. I have too many things to think about in terms of spending. That's a bad thing.
You really do. And a trip and things like that coming up.
I know. I need to save up for that too.
Yeah.
To get some goodies, bring some goodies back and all that. Maybe I'll buy technology. I want to see if I can find quirky ass technology in the Philippines. I know I can because I'm in Asia, but I don't know what.
My mom's like, you don't want no more iPhone? I'm like, the iPhone was okay, but I like that this folds. Oh,
It folds, Mom. It folds.
my money don't wiggle. My money
Wiggle.
don't
It
wiggle.
folds.
It folds.
I hate it. My money
You have
don't
to wiggle. For sure.
My money don't. Oh, this is my money don't jiggle jiggle. If wiggle wiggle. You know, for sure. Fuck! I should know this. I've heard it way too many times already.
Plus, Udo made a TikTok with it. Anyway,
Wait, it did? Oh, you need to share
I'm
that
sure
with me.
way back. I think way back, but it's fine. I know they did the corn song, so that's fine.
I still love Cat.
Oh my god, the cat one is wild.
Make a website. Cat! Still gets me every time.
What is my iPhone again? XR?
10R, yeah.
I have the XR iPhone. Oh my god, I can't type iPhone either.
Oh, did they message you what phone you have right now?
Yes.
You know what the funny part is? My carpal buddy also had a 10R, except he he dropped the fuck out of it. Had a nice, beautiful crack in both the front and the back.
Ooh.
So much for trading it in. But yeah, he decided to just like, all right, fine, I'm going to upgrade to a 14 Pro Max, and then he's like, just surprised of like how better that phone is compared to his 10R. I'm just like, yeah, technology, man, it changes.
Yeah, because 10Rs are starting to slowly fade out, as you know, because you were here and there was like no phone cases for it.
Oh my god.
Anymore.
Right. Thank God the 11 works, but at the same time, sheesh.
Yeah. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun time at London Drugs, right? I think we went to.
Yeah, lemon drugs. That was a wild shopping experience with you.
You realize how I am with like technology. It's like
It's
once I see something, it's like,
so
oh,
bad.
I have to
was like,
ponder.
I want nothing but food and to sit down right now, and he's busy debating over a mouse. I can't.
Which I did buy on Amazon many months later. This is the mouse
That
I've
is-
actually wanted to get. That's just hilarious. But yeah, no, I remember because I'm like this. My behavior is like if I want something, I'm going to take 20 minutes standing there, figuring out do I want it, looking at the price, try to figure out the discounts. This may work, and knowing the conversion rates, this is pretty cheap. But I could probably wait for a little bit because it does match the price. I was literally like that for 10, 20 minutes in London Drugs. Figure out if I want to buy this mouse in Canada or not. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not.
No. My mom's confusing me with her questions. Help.
Oh no, what did she say this time?
It's just like, would you trade it or possibly sell it? I wouldn't mind trying it out. Lol, not sure if I want to switch back or not. And I'm like, are you talking about the Galaxy thingy or my iPhone 10R?
Like actually, I think at that
Right.
I think at this point you just want to keep your 10R just in case.
Trying out my phone. But why would I do that when I can like potentially like sell it in or trade it in and maybe lower the cost of it?
That's true.
It isn't good quality despite me throwing my phone sometimes.
I mean, you don't have a scratch on it, right? Like there's no cracks or anything.
No, nothing.
Yeah, you're really good. That's really good. So you could.
It's a solid boy. He's a solid chunkers.
Tonkas.
He has withstand many fallings off of desks. And out of my pocket, because I'm dumb that way.
Hey, at least you're better than my coworker who literally has bruises, cracks, and everything. It's like, dude, how the fuck did you manage your phone? Granted, he doesn't use a case. He doesn't use a case with his new iPhone 14, which bothers me so much. Yeah.
Sorry,
Nice.
whoa, that get hit, and I was like, building.
That burp was building.
Okay, my mom said, yeah, this is so funny, I'm a 28-year-old, I'm like, my mom, you might say yes.
I mean, to be fair, you're still on her plan, so it's like just a matter of like.
I am part of the family plan, so.
I just want to be sure that I know I can pay it off. I just want to make sure that we can add this to the plan, because I don't want you to be like freak out. Like, what the fuck? Who has this phone?
Mommy, can I? Anyway, no more phone talk. Me.
Yeah. You.
It is me.
We've had our fair we've had a long fair share of updates, so we'll see. We've gone through my updates. Now it's gonna be yours. It's gonna be a fun time.
Oh lordy, I don't even know when was the actual last date of the last Truck and Talk.
July 2nd, I think it was the last one I remembered.
Holy
Oh
balls.
god. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Really? Aww.
Oh, that's like, oh wow, Daryl. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what I crashed into.
God, that's been so long.
Yeah. It was still when
Um,
you were basically when you were starting your summer vacation.
yeah. Wow, I had a whole summer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, okay. I guess I can go in the order of like festivals that I've done.
Yes.
Um, Festivals, then mentorship stuff, Toastmasters, and back into the teaching world, I guess. So let's go festivals. So this summer I did a lot. It was
Really to
finally the
keep your
first summer.
time. Really keep your time busy, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so first festival that I volunteered for and then actually hung out for a little while after was Pride Fest at the
Ooh.
end of July. And that was an amazing experience because that was like my first Pride ever. And then it was the first like Pride ever. That was the first time I was like, I'm out and I'm proud. Woohoo. And then I got to
Why?
sell drink tickets to drunk people. It was great.
That must be great. Also, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna grab water. You can keep talking.
Yeah, it sounds good. So yeah, Pride Fest is the first thing I went to. I had a 4-hour shift and I spent like 5.5 hours-ish there. Overall, and it was so, oh God, it was so good. Okay, I can go check things out sometime. Okay, sorry. Reply back to my mommy. So, what to do? Pride Fest. So it was amazing because like it was really hot though that day. Like it was so hot, and I had to wear a bright, ugly yellow shirt, but I wore like my pins, because I am demisexual and pansexual. So I had my pins, and my pronouns on it, and so many people came up to me like, "Oh my God, I love your pins. Welcome to like that's amazing," and like had really good conversations with a bunch of people in like the drink ticket line. And it was so fun because a lot of them were like, we're laughing because like, where'd you get your pins? And my brain is like, probably Quiltbag at the city, like on White or the shop on White House, or maybe online, or at a market somewhere.
It's like I
uh,
know I got it somewhere, but it's just like I don't
I
remember
know
where.
I supported local, but I don't remember what local. Uh,
Aw.
so that was a really fun experience, and I got to have fun. I got to see like a drag performance right at the end of my shift, which was
Ooh,
awesome.
I
And then like
remember
just
that.
as I was like slowly heading to the back of Churchill Square, to go meet up with my sister, I got to see like some pole dancing, and I was like, yeah, this is great.
Hey.
I love it. So Pride was great. It was super fun to be there. And I really, really had fun. I really enjoyed it for the first kind of like outdoor thing that I've done. It was like, oh my gosh.
Ooh.
And like forever. Because like
Hmm.
last summer, I was working overnights. I didn't have a summer.
Right. You didn't like. It was just impossible to have like a day life really.
Yeah, so this is the first summer I'm like, I can go and do things in the daytime. So I took a whole advantage
Oh.
of that.
Oh.
Started with Pride Fest, which was amazing. Then next festival after that was, oh man, I've been to so many Heritage Days.
Right.
Heritage Days. So for us in August, we celebrate Heritage Days, which is a long weekend festival basically that a bunch of pavilions are opened and tents and like different things are open for a bunch of different countries that are represented in my
Mm-hmm.
city. There's usually over 100 countries in like the whole huge Horror Lake Park. And it was really fun, but people kept complaining to us in the 2 days that I volunteered there
Oh
because
jeez.
I was an information person.
Mm-hmm.
So we were had to give a hand out maps and explain what things were to people. It was super hot and I hated it. Now guys, all the festivals you're gonna hear me say it was super hot and I hated it because literally the
The
heat
ones
waves were literally every festival I went to.
you gotta love those times where it's like something is gonna go down and Mother Nature says, "Well, let's make this just a wee bit harder."
Yeah,
It's dumb. I hate it.
it's so dumb. But what was even more dumb about the festival was that they chose to have the one cash exchange booth because we weren't doing cash this year. It was like debit Visa, or you could load up your cash on a preloadable gift card.
Oh,
They
interesting.
chose that one station with one person manning it to be at the opposite end of the park from where the buses were.
Oh my god,
And so we had to deal
why?
with we had to curb a lot of complaints and just apologize profusely. But most people were like, "Wow, you guys are super helpful and informative. Thank you." And I was like, "You're welcome." And it was super nice. On the last day, my sister came and
Hmm.
joined me on the last day. We hit up the Japan tent because there was a giant Pikachu and Eevee.
Oh yeah, I remember those pictures. Oh my god.
It was so cute. It was so good. We got to watch them do a bunch of dancing too. Oh, it was so
Oh
cute. Like a lot of kids came in and they're like, if you want your parent to come for it in, you can, and they did cute little like dances. It was so sweet.
oh.
And yeah, we had a lot of good food. Oh my God, we went to Hong Kong's tent and got like a bunch of things. And we finally got the oh, I don't remember what they were. The little fish cakes, the red bean fish pancakes. We
Taiyaki.
got, yeah, yes, taiyaki. Finally got that. I finally got to try that in my life, and it was so
Hey.
yummy. So really good Heritage Days. It was hot, it was sweaty. I hated it a lot because it
Oh.
bothered, like, so much sweat bothers my eyes. My eyes were getting really sensitive at one point.
Yeah.
And I have like a sun allergy, so I had to be careful of all that. But good times.
So fun,
And
good
oh my
times
God, we had
nonetheless.
a rainstorm the one day and I got soaked right through.
I've heard
And I
of
was like,
I've
and I had to wear a white shirt, so that clearly was awesome for me.
oh.
But it was still fun. A lot of people coming and talking and chatting about Heritage Days. And next year will be interesting because we're moving from the outdoor park to like a cement park in Northlands. So we'll see how that
Ooh.
goes. Because Horlick Park is going to be shut down for the next 2 years.
Oh, I see, I see.
Starting next summer. So maybe you should come up for Otafest. Although that's in Calgary, so you wouldn't even be able to see Harlech Park. That's fine. But yeah, so there's that Heritage Day. So it's still really cool to see all the tents. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, I remember they were like selling on the last day, they're like doing super cheap discounts, like not like 50 cent samosas and things like
Oh
that. It was
my god.
wild.
It's
I
like I
was
need to sell
getting,
all this food.
yeah, pretty much. So it was quite good. And that's Heritage Days. So I volunteered there for 2 days, and then Pride Fest was one day. Then the next thing I went to, not really volunteered for, I went to was Animeathon, what we've
Mm-hmm.
been talking about. We were trying to get him to come here for it, but no, it didn't work.
Yeah.
He chose another thing to go to instead.
Apologies.
So I went all alone, which was awkward, but it was still really fun. But again, heat wave, hot as fuck. I felt so bad for the cosplayers. Holy crap.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Uh-huh.
remember like thinking about that in Sac Anime too, because it was like the beginning of the heat wave. Like I think Friday was okay. It got to like because California weather does get up to like 137 C, 40 C.
Hmm.
It was like mid high 30s on Friday, and then it got up to like a scorching 107, so almost 40 C. If not, I think that is 40 C in on
That sounds
Sunday, the
about
last
right.
day. So like for those who like
Similar
wearing a
for
big thing,
us,
it's like oh
but
shit,
go down by like 5 degrees.
that's
Because
still
like we
hot.
had like we went over 30, like all day, every day
Yeah,
for
no, that's
Animeathon. It was brutal.
yeah,
But
that's brutal.
thank God the little like anime viewing rooms were AC'd. That was where I went to go cool off.
Hell
And
yeah,
at the
that's how you do
basement
it.
of the convention center was really nice because that's where a lot of the viewing rooms were. So
Nice,
it was like a break from the heat. They were like, okay, kind of go all the way back up.
right?
And I really liked Animathon though. It was fun. I oh man, I bought so many things. I bought so many things. I had to go and buy like cork boards to like fill things up because that's what I bought. It was
Aww.
amazing. And but I was really kind of disappointed with it at the same time though. Like amazed at how much was there in like Artist Alley and the
Mm-hmm.
exhibitors hall. And I got to see a lot of good cosplays and people let me take their picture, which was really cool. I got to watch the first four episodes of Spy Family.
Right, I
And I
remember
know the
that.
new season comes out literally tomorrow.
Oh shit!
And so we have a lot to watch to get ready for that.
I know, I freak. Oh man, we've been watching another anime. That's why.
Oh, well, an anime that also I found at Animeathon, which was Scarlet Nexus. It's based off of a game, and it follows the game pretty closely. So I'm really excited because we're getting pretty close to finishing it, and then once we finish it, I'm playing the game. So
Yeah.
that's happening. It's a very unique, cool anime, though. It
If
is
you're
just
really into that sci-fi,
mind-blowing. It's really mind-blowing shit.
it
With
is.
some nice emotional heartstring pulls.
String. Sorry.
Uh, Yep, I mean, you caught on. There are strings. Yeah, anyway, it's all about fate and time travel and all this kind of cool stuff. It's just
Yeah.
really neat. And, yeah, I gotta go see that. I gotta go through at our Artist Alley Exhibitor Hall. Went to one D&D panel, which was really cool. It gave me a lot of, like, interesting websites and tools to go check out for, running my own games.
Hey, nice.
And I even got to play D&D at Animathon.
You did. I don't think. Yeah, we haven't really fully talked about it. I didn't know you did that. That's cool.
I'm sure I told you because I told you I made friends at Animathon and I made
Oh,
friends.
okay. Yeah, I remember this.
Yes.
I now remember. No, this sounds right now. Now it made sense. Wow, I completely forgot about that. Whew.
Yeah, so I got to play I got to play D&D at Animathon, which sounds so wild. But D&D is crossing over into multiple mediums now, so it's really
It
great.
is.
It's like into books, it's into video games, it's into anime, because thank you, Critical Role, for animating your Vox Machina D&D campaign. So, super good. And we got to play, and I got to be in a group of 7 people, including the DM. And we did like a little heist one shot, which was really fun. And that's really all I did on the last day is just like wander around, buy last minute art because I'm like, oh, I still have money in my budget. Fuck yes. Bought a bunch of
And
art.
get them sales, hopefully.
Yeah, I did get a really good sale. I bought like 2 large Studio Ghibli prints, and I got a third one for free.
Nice.
And the third one is I sent 10 because Howl's Moving Castle is her favorite Studio Ghibli film.
Aww.
And I got Spirited Away, and I think
I think
Spirited Away and Kiki's Delivery Service.
yeah, I think I remember you telling me this
A
one. Yep.
beautiful artwork, foiled art prints, I think is what his website is. I gotta go check on Facebook now. But amazing stuff. So like I got some really good stuff, and I supported Chelsea again.
Oh yeah, she was there.
Yeah, she's been to it all. She's been to like Tomo Arts Market. She was at Animeathon, Edmonton Expo, like all of it. And she got to do her own art gallery at the AGA.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Alberta Art Gallery. So anyway, very cool stuff.
That's cool. No, not gonna lie, that's really cool.
Yeah, and she was the artist artist in residence at Rolling
Lover
Tales,
labing-anim na
the
just
nerdy
resubscribe
store
for
in
18
Edmonton
months.
here. She's
Hi.
no longer the artist in resident there, but she's on to larger, bigger things.
Oh.
So it's really exciting.
So hi, Kyo. Thank you for the 18 months of tier 1.
Hi, Kyo. Well, Kyo.
It has been a while.
It's been a while. Talking about Anime Expo is what I'm doing right now. I'm just gonna link the website to this guy.
get-
If you love like anime art prints and such, this is really good.
Ooh.
She's
We're
really-
doing good. It's been we're trying our best to get through all the updates of like the past 2.5 months
Not
because
letting
hi.
Paste it. Is it Control Paste? Control V?
Kojo V. Yeah.
Oh god, that's a really long link, but I will send it anyway.
Ooh.
Ew, that's
Ooh,
so
Facebook
gross.
link.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Well, there's the website. It's really pretty stuff.
Nice.
Anyway, I love the artist. Sorry, I got something in my eye now. What the fuck, rude. Me, I'm doing good. I'm just talking about my life, which everybody is so excited about.
I mean, we always talk about our lives in Chuck and Talk anyway, so
Yeah,
yeah,
Like,
we've been
wow.
as well. That's everyone
Yeah.
been.
wild craziness.
Heck yeah.
I just talked about Pride Fest and Heritage Days. Those are 2 festivals I volunteered for over the summer. And I'm currently talking about Animathon that I went to as well in the summer and discovered 2 animes that I really like. Oh, and happy belated
Yeah,
birthday!
happy belated birthday. Oh shit. Woo! Hope you had a fun time. Hope you had a fun time. Had a fun celebration.
Oh my god, my eye is bugging me.
Uh-oh.
I got
Please
stuff
don't
in
let it
my...
be the heat wave. I'm kidding.
No, it's a little just like some
Some
crusties.
lint. Yeah.
Um, uh, Anime fun, right? So discovered 2 animes that I really want to finish and completely watch, which is Spy Family and Scarlet
Scarlet
Nexus, which
Nexus.
we are both almost done finishing, and
Yeah.
I recommend it because it's really cool and loves it. Twist in the face. Plus, it's based out of a video game. Woohoo!
Woo.
And then yeah, I attended a couple panels, played D&D, and that heist was so fun. A lot of ridiculousness, and it was great.
Sounds about right for a convention. Ridiculousness has to happen.
Absolutely. Oh God, why? Like I'm yawning, and my eye is all like fuzzy, and I'm like, oh, everything all at once.
Everything be
And
coming.
mm-hmm. And I got to take a lot of cool pictures of a bunch of cosplayers, a lot of Danganronpa cosplay, which made me happy.
Which is
Because
surprising that it is like getting that resurgence though. I'm really surprised.
I
But in a good
know.
way.
Yeah, it's super good. Oh, so awesome. Maybe because the Game Grumps playing it, but I don't know.
Right? Like it's always a wonder like how like when you start noticing like the people doing cosplays, right? It's like yeah, it's like obviously either a very popular anime series that came out recently or maybe they've been doing
Stupid
it for a
video game
while.
that's way too addicting for people.
Yeah, like
So I'm a
currently.
hater of Genshin. I'm sorry, I'm a hater now.
No worries, no worries.
It overtook my anime-a-thon, okay? I was not happy.
Yeah, I haven't played Genshin in months, but I still enjoy it. That's like just looking at art and things. That's just me. Um,
A lot of people love it, and trust me, all the cosplayers looked beautiful and amazing.
but too much, you know.
It was so much. And but yeah, it was good though.
Hmm.
Got to see a funny Pokemon cosplay.
Did
I
I
was like
see
the
it?
Pokemon ball guy and the guy who dressed up as Sudowoodo. He was
I don't.
shirtless. It was so funny.
Oh no, I don't. I feel
Yeah,
like. Oh my. Oh no.
it was so good.
God, for those folks who like does the shirtless shit, I'm just like, damn, damn, son. Who?
Yeah, I was gonna see if I can like pull up pictures now. Just quickly relive it. An anime-a-thon, very fun. It was very busy there though, and
Oh, I bet.
um,
Usually conventions are like that.
well, no, like this was the busiest it's been in like 4 years.
Oh,
We had over 14,000 people come.
yeah, that's a lot of people though.
Yeah, yeah. Crunchyroll had their own booth there, but it was the same weekend as Crunchyroll
Expo,
Expo.
which I
So
didn't
like,
go to.
so a lot of people were just like there. A lot of people, yeah, a lot of people were more focused on that than, yeah, other things. Um, oh yeah, had a really good Ren cosplay from Ruby.
Ooh, look at
A
that picture.
really cute Nico Para cosplays of like vanilla and chocolate. And yeah, some really good cosplays. A lot of D&D things actually at Animathon, which made me happy.
Well, that's cool.
I got to see a few really good Keyleth cosplays, Percy, some of the new characters too. I got to see Not the Brave. And yeah, it was really, really cool. And I got a lot of swag. So much, so much swag.
I mean, you gotta love getting the free swag from anime conventions, but sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most.
Oh my god, the swamp. Someone actually made a like cardboard box cutout of a thwomp in Mario.
Oh my. Oh, oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
great.
A lot of Attack on Titan cosplays, which was amazing.
It was still
And they had a
relevant.
giant Eevee. It was really great.
Oh.
And Agretsuko. There, I saw an Agretsuko cosplayer, which was amazing.
Dang.
Mercy from Overwatch. She stole my heart. And oh, I got to see the 404s, a really fun like comedy improv group. Pop
I'm
culture
glad you
nerdy.
I'm glad you watched them because I know we were like talking
Yeah.
about it, kind of like riffing on it, but I'm glad they're actually really like they're proper comedic group like that.
Yeah, it was really funny. Yeah, so some of the things I got from Animathon was I got a sticker sheet of the Mighty Nine, so Critical Role Campaign 2 stickers, because that was the first Critical Role campaign I've seen all the way through.
Uh-huh.
Like
Oh.
live streamed all the way through, which was really cool, so I got that. Then they had a really cute Ace D&D sticker, or that was in the shape of a D&D dice. Really cute.
Ooh.
Then Chelsea on the last day brought in a pin set of all the Mighty Nine characters.
Oh shit.
So I got those. And then I got like a cute kitty crossbones magnet, which was cute, an Eevee sticker, owl sticker. Oh yeah, all the Sailor Moon and Sonic cosplays. That's so good. Jester. We all call it Jester. And yeah, I got to play D&D. I played a character. I played a bard rogue, I think. No, I played a cleric rogue, which was fun. Very unique combination of characters. And yeah, I got to see Eggman. Someone dressed up as Dr. Robotnik.
Hey.
And
That's
someone
amazing.
also cosplayed Daisy May from Animal Crossing,
Ooh.
which was amazing.
Dang. Just like the outfit, right? Like not like
Yeah. And then like
still.
Scooby-Doo. Don't give me this anime-a-thon. We had a Fred and a Shaggy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, cosplay.
That is crazy. Woo.
Yeah. And I got a really bad photo, but there was a Kirito and an Asuna. And an Asuna.
Aww.
I was like, I really want their picture, but they're so crowded, I'm not gonna be able to get it.
Right.
I got a bento box, the Anime-a-thon like branded bento box,
I remember you told
which
me
was
that.
amazing. And then Extra Life, that's the thing I fundraise for. What up? They were there at Anime-a-thon, and I got like a little
Mm-hmm.
snap bear that you can like kind of.
Hey.
It's really cute, little like solitary
Nice.
bear. I got some magnets. I got a Monokuma
Oh my
magnet
gosh.
that goes poo poo poo. I got a Pikachu magnet and a Pokemon Ghost magnet that has like Ghastly, Pumpkaboo, Drifloon, and another Ghosty Boo.
Ooh.
And I got some D&D background buttons. One of the background was evil but got better. And then class professional nuisance. And then I got another background which is kind of me, Oliver Twist but different.
What? Well then.
Yeah. I got some pansexual dice, D&D dice that are rolling amazing lately, thank you.
Ooh.
I got Animal Crossing coffee coaster
Ooh, nice.
of
Nice.
the Brewster. It was amazing. I also got an Animal Crossing print of Celeste, our lovely little red owl friend who looked at with a shooting star. It's really cute. And then I found children's illustrator or children's book illustrator called Owl Adventures, and it's really cute. So I got a print with an owl and a penguin.
Ooh,
Made me happy.
nice.
And then
that's cool.
for the whole weekend pass that I got an Anime-a-thon Crunchyroll like a little
Tote bag.
drawstring bag.
Oh, drawstring bag, right.
Yeah, and then that came with stuff too, because yes, it came with, oh, maybe, no, it came with a lanyard, that's all I need. There we go.
Hey, but lanyard's awesome.
So yeah, Anime-a-thon was a lot of fun. I think Saturday was overwhelming though. I was there like for
I bet.
hours. I
Yeah.
was there for like 14 hours or something like that.
Oh shit, really?
And I was alone, so like a lot of the downtime, I just felt awkward and alone. So it's kind of a hard day, but
I want
like
to
I
make
still
that better
got to go
next year.
Yeah, I got to do just a lot of like random things and a lot of walking and sitting, and I was like, fuck this. And that's when I decided I'm gonna go watch anime.
Hey, the one cool thing is that at least they had booths to like show anime because both Fanime and SAC Anime didn't do that. SAC anime usually is meant for like panels. But I know Fanime used to like really do those.
Anime viewing rooms and such.
Yeah, but they didn't do it this year, which which sucked because it's like we don't know like what animes they were planning to show or anything like that.
To be fair, our convention center has 3 levels to it.
Oh, you guys are big.
Yeah, we're pretty big. Because like it goes down the river valley, so it's that like
Oh yeah,
staircase-looking
I
building.
remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty huge. They had maid cafes and butler cafes, but those sold out so quickly, I did not get a chance.
So you can tell it's really popular then, if that's the case.
Oh yeah, it was really fun though to see like all the maid cafes and all the people dressed like in the maid outfits.
Mm-hmm.
But the butler cafe was just a bunch of guys like cosplayed into different things. There was no
Oh.
set uniform, and I was like, lame.
Well, interesting. I kind of wish it was like a full butler outfit.
Mm-hmm. Drinking water. Oh yeah, Animathon was really fun though.
Hey.
Very hot, long days, but it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And after Animathon was the Fringe.
Ooh, right.
Oh man, the Fringe is an 11-day festival here in my city, and I went to 8 out of the 11 days.
Damn, that's still crazy that you were able to go to 8 of them.
Yeah, I volunteered for 4 days, and then the other 3 days or the other 4 days were purely for like shows and such I wanted to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one show I went to twice and was honestly my favorite was YEG D&D. So YEG is our airport code, and then D&D is a D&D improv show, and that they're still doing like shows regularly now.
Ooh.
They actually have done a Magic the Gathering improv show.
How does that work?
I don't know. Because I don't even know how Magic works, so I can't even tell you how to play the game.
That's fair.
But they've done like that improv show, YEG D&D, and they're doing a couple other cool like Halloween drag lunches and such, which was like
Mhm.
hell yeah.
Nice.
That company was so good because yeah, it was like a different show every time you went because that's how D&D works.
Right.
And they had 2 giant D20s, one purple one, one red one. And the red one was for the heroes, the purple was for the bad guys, and I was like, wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so it was fun. I got rolled dice both shows I went to, and I rolled a 3 both times. I'm like, sorry.
Out of all the times.
I was like, sorry, heroes, because I always rolled for the heroes.
Aww.
Good times, but it was still really funny to watch, and I got to talk to some of the guys on the crew,
Mhm.
and yeah, they're really into it. So it's really fun to
Aw,
see
that's
like D&D
cool.
being at like a theater show or a theater festival is amazing.
Yeah. Managed to make it work for the for the audience, basically.
Yeah, like literally the Fringe has something for everyone. If you want to see like purely like LGBTQ plus like pride shows, there are plenty to go and see. Then there's like comedies, dramas, historical twists and non-fiction and such.
Mm-hmm.
There's like twists on Shakespeare too, which is amazing.
Damn.
And even had cultural productions that were beautiful. I saw Me Havana Querida, which is like My Dear Havana, and of course Cuba. And it was really, really beautiful. It's like a dance musical kind of love story with like historical things thrown into it. So
Nice.
it was a lot of everything, and it was really good. Really,
Dude,
really well
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so it was hot the entire 11 days. We were in
Damn
a
heat
high
wave.
20, 30s throughout the whole
Oh,
festival.
jeez.
No rain, no nothing to help.
Nothing to relieve, yeah.
But there was one volunteer part. I was an ambassador, so I got to be, we were literally out in the sun for my entire shift, just like welcoming people in, giving them stickers, and having conversations with them. Because the stickers we had were like, would you like a sticker? Is it your first time? And if they said yes, they got like a little blue first time fringer sticker. And if they've been there before, they can pick like from a frequent fringer, the social media handles, and other kind of unique little stickers. There was actually
Ooh.
one that we had as like, I'm just here for the beer. Yeah, just pick one. Little not so lost fringer was a cute one that we had too. So we got to have like conversations with people, recommend shows, ask them what shows they've seen if they would recommend it. So that was me, an ambassador. But even with the heat waves, They had a crew in the volunteer area that went and was like the water wagon. And so they had a whole jug full of water, a whole jug full of juice and snacks. Like they would go around
Nice.
and kind of hand out to us on shift. So it was really
Oh, that's
cool.
pretty good.
My favorite part was being in the community patio because people would go in there to kind of get in the shade and be like out of the sun for a while.
Right.
And it was much more easier to talk to people when they're like,
Rather than being like
sitting
out and
there
about. Yeah.
instead of just walking by you and ignoring you.
Oh.
So my favorite part was being there and talking about shows, and
Mm-hmm.
it was really fun, and just talking to a whole bunch of different kinds of people was so great. And yeah, the Fringe was so much fun, and I got to see like Yagini Knee. I got to see the Mark of the Minotaur, which was really well done. It was like a one-person show, and she jumped back and forth between like three timelines and three stories and told it so
Damn.
well. Yeah, it was really cool. Plus, like, it was about Ariadne and Theseus and like that whole Greek story tied in with someone who was studying. Oh, I don't remember what it's specifically called. Some sort of like really old ancient Greek text. And she was the first person
Ooh.
to decode it, but her story was much similar to Ariadne's and that kind of connection there. Plus, um, the woman herself and her story about her exploration of the two tales and how she would tell both stories differently if she could. And
Mm-hmm.
so it was really uniquely done. Very cool show. I also saw Iago versus Hamlet, which is, of course, a Shakespeare parody spin-off thing, where the whole premise of it was both characters rented the same stage space to like
Oh my god.
rehearse or think about their plans. So if you
Right.
know about Hamlet and Iago, Hamlet was there to be broody and kind of think about like, oh, what does my ghost, what does the ghost of my father want from me, and
Right.
all this stuff like there's trouble in Denmark. And like being all broody and like that kind of thing. And then Iago though wanted the stage space to do his plotting and planning, like I must find a way to get rid of Othello. And so they both ended up kind of like not agreeing to help each other in a way. And so we're like, I can help you with your problems, Hamlet. You just need a little more clever thinking in your mind. And I'm one that's full of that, and I will help you with it. And then Hamlet's like, well, yeah, I can help you, like, kind of center yourself, make sure you're grounded and not going too far with your plans. And then they both did asides, going like, this is exactly what I need. I need to fill his head with false confidence so I can take him down later. It was just so funny.
Oh my god.
What I liked about it, though, is that they brought in other lines from other Shakespearean plays. So if you really know Shakespeare, it was like your thing. Because they like, and the one that got me is from Romeo and Juliet, where like Iago turned to Hamlet was just like, I bite my thumb at thee, sir. And I was like, oh my god, I can't.
It's like, man, this reference. God damn it.
Yeah, pretty much. And then like there's one point where it's like, I cast a curse on both your houses
Oh my god.
from also Romeo and Juliet. So I'm like, thank you guys. But it was a really funny play, and I got to see one. There was only one show I didn't really like, but that's also because I'm not a huge Leonard Cohen fan, so it kind of went over my head until she sang
Oh.
Hallelujah, and then I was like, okay, cool.
I was like, I got that. There it is.
Yeah, because like it was a 9-song dance autobiography, but only using Leonard Cohen songs, so it's
Oh.
quite weird in a way. But what made it better though at the end is that she took requests for Leonard Cohen songs from the audience,
Mm-hmm.
and she would be able to sing them like word for word, just from scratch,
Oh shit.
from being them called out and dancing to it. So that part was probably the best part was the end for me. But when she did Hallelujah, I was like, oh wow, okay, now I'm getting emotional because he passed away, right?
Oh yeah.
Uh, so yeah, kind of strange show. I also got to see Reconstruct, which was written from like a trans person's perspective, and it was
Ooh.
really funny, but also so heartbreakingly sad about like just going back and forth between the two selves and finally embracing that no, this is who I am kind of thing. It was one of those stories, very well
Mm-hmm.
done. And my sister, her friend, and I got to go see A Queer Music History.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a musical, and Evan is so talented. He sang a bunch of songs over history of people who were like closeted queer or like super out there queer. It was really cool to see. Um, okay, there we go. I thought I heard vibrating and I was like, is my phone going off? No, it's not. So Fringe was really, really fun, really, really cool. And yeah, it was like the big finale really to my summer. Because yeah, it was like 11 days, and then I was like, oh fuck, I have like a week to get ready to go back to work.
But to say the least, that you managed to spend what 8 9 weeks just doing this.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like if I believe it's like you had like some breaks, but at the same time it's like I gotta prepare, I gotta prepare, I gotta
hmm
prepare. So it kept you really busy, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it did. It was so really festival heavy summer that I really enjoyed going out and doing. I also in the summer went on a couple dates with one person. I got to go to the music
Oh,
conservatory, which Daryl knows of.
hey, yep.
It was really cute and fun. We had coffee for like 2 hours afterwards. And just chatted a lot about like things that we watch and enjoy and all that kind of stuff.
I
And then
mean,
the
to be
second
fair, that's
day,
how much time we spent like what an hour and a half, I think, going around the
yeah, we
Mutart before
did.
going to the cafe.
Yeah,
Roughly
yeah,
the same.
yeah. And we talked about a lot of things that we like doing, and a lot of it was D&D related. So we talked about D&D quite a lot,
Hey,
and
nice.
it was really fun. Then we agreed to like let's hang out and exchange numbers and talk more. I was like, okay, so it's cute. And then our second date was I actually invited her to the first time I went to the Yake D&D show.
Ooh.
And we both laughed so hard. It was such a
Aw.
fun event. It was really great. And then we've been trying to reschedule for a third event, but unfortunately she got injured at work.
Oh no.
And has a bunch of stuff going on, so she's gotta wait for a while. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, hopefully she's
Just like being
better.
patient. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's gonna like message me in a couple days, be like, hey, I feel okay now. So
Aw.
yeah, very lovely person though, very fun. And we've
That's
agreed
good to
to
hear.
like, I have one pet peeve, and she's like watched so many shows without finishing them. And I'm like, no, I'm fixing this. We're gonna finish a show together.
Hey, aw.
But then she told me the same thing because I've started Stranger Things but haven't finished it. So,
It's like, well,
yeah.
this is an exception.
And they were like, she's like, then I'm gonna make you watch all of it. I'm like, okay. But you're gonna be with me, right? Because I'm a scaredy cat. And she's
That's
like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
funny.
So it's really fun.
Oh.
So there's that aspect. And then yeah, back in July, all of it like really starts in July.
Mm-hmm.
I entered a mentorship program.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm in the Intervivos LGBTQ plus no, Intervivos 2 LGBTQ plus a mentorship program where all the mentors are part of the LGBTQ plus community. And I went to the Mixer event in July to kind of meet all the mentors and explain, like, this is my situation in my life right now, and hopefully you can help me. Thanks. And we had to, like, select our top 5 from that evening. And I got my second pick.
No.
And we've had 2 meetings now. And the first meeting was just kind of learning about me, what I'm doing, what I'm a part of. And from that meeting, we agreed that I had homework. So he got me into like he wanted me to join a bunch of like queer or 2S LGBTQIA plus like Facebook event groups and things, and even just regular community groups.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one homework. The second thing was to make some business cards for my elf school teaching. In a classroom for students to really explore their personal identities and things like that. And so really branding that and making sure it's secure and having business cards so I can reach out to people and like hand those out and share in Facebook groups that I do this thing, which has been really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing was like him wanting me to go to different events to like meet and mix people and like form those personal relationships. So from that first meeting, I did 2 of those things.
Aw.
But to be fair, I did do like the Anime-a-thon and Fringe afterwards. So I did do technically 2 events.
Yeah, you did quite a lot of events, not gonna lie.
Oh, I also went to a TikTok marketing conference. That was kind of meh. Um,
That must have been interesting though. Like just like looking at it, it's like, oh, this is gonna be cool.
yeah, I was like, you gotta post like 2 to 3 times a day in order to be relevant on TikTok. Like, I ain't got that kind of energy or life.
Right? It's
And
like I
it's
got
fun.
other things to do.
Exactly. So TikTok was kind of a hit or miss. So it's actually kind of cool to learn how like the algorithm works, where it started, where it's
Right.
going, where people can use it, and all that kind of stuff. So it was interesting in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, even just talking about my own like quote unquote business was kind of cool in that space. Yeah, and I did some advertising. I actually got quite a few new students over the summer. Like the end of August was actually busy for teaching.
Oh wow.
There's a lot of like one-shot classes, not like campaign classes or anything like
Uh
that,
huh.
which I'm currently still struggling to fill. Um,
Oh.
so I had a second meeting with him just to talk about kind of like what I've done, what I've learned from like the first meeting to like now,
Right.
and all that stuff. And so now the next steps is that I'm going to create a business info page where I explain who I am, what I offer, what I do, what I care about, what I'm passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the back of that page is to have a list of prices of like my classes. But also, he thinks I can expand it further to be like, I can offer like professional development sessions on how to create safe spaces in the classroom using games
Ooh.
and that kind of stuff. And like, I can start doing that research of what other professional speakers charge for those
Right.
kinds of things. And I can include that in part of my like business in a way.
So you have like an idea of like, hey, at least now we have it a little bit more centralized in a way to where
Hmm.
it's like we can definitely make it easier for everyone to like understand where I'm coming from and all that stuff.
Yeah, because like the business card's great, but they may not always go and click on the link or go check out you out. But if
Right.
you have
Right.
a page of information right there, be like, and this is also other things I offer as well, it is a great way to kind of do that connection.
Yeah.
And then people can actually be like, okay, she is worth checking out.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, and then he also wants me to go to events where there's something happening, and then there's a chance to network or socialize after. So I'm
Ooh.
looking for more specific events so that I can go and hopefully make some new friends and connections with people.
Dang, really putting you out there in a way, like just like, go do it, sort of thing.
Yeah, which some of that has happened. So I talked about the public speaking coach job already. So that was one thing that happened from that.
Ooh, right. Right.
An outreach. And then another thing that might be happening is sometime in October, the Pride Center here in my city is going to be looking at their programming and they want to offer D&D game nights.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to have a dungeon master willing to teach the game and play it for them, but now they backed out. And so when I
Oh.
came to them back in early in September, they're like, "We need someone like you. Yes, give us your card." And so in October or even November, I could be being a regular volunteer at the Press Center. And I'm really, really excited about that.
Dude, that's cool. It's still like interesting, just like one small thing and just like, yeah, hey.
Yeah, literally one meeting with my mentor, and I'm like, oh, there's so many other things I can do and reach out to. Yes.
Right?
And yeah, it's been really cool putting myself out here like this.
And then suddenly just getting that opportunity immediately. It's like, hey, we do need some help on something, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And like the public speaking coach job was like super quick, and I was like, oh man, amazing. So it's coming from that membership program. We're gonna have our third meeting when he comes back from his trip to New York.
Ooh.
He's going there for like a month.
Hot
Um,
damn.
and for 2 weeks, his mom and sister and his partner are going with him. And then the 2 weeks after that, his sister and mom leave, and then it's just him and his partner for the other 2 weeks. So like he's gonna be gone for a little while. So we're gonna meet near the end of October,
Right.
kind of after Thanksgiving ish, and kind of see where I'm at with things. So I gotta get going on some of my homework because I have not been on Canva yet to make that business page whatsoever.
Ooh.
But I gotta get on that right away.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I got time this weekend where I can maybe play around, fiddle with Canva a bit, and kind of learn the little tips and tricks.
Right.
So, yeah, there's that update. I'm a protege and I have a mentor. Woohoo. That's been very clearly helping me out. We're finding all and every opportunity possible. That was a very bouncy truck.
Yeah, I accidentally like drifted my wheel to the left. I'm like, what the fuck? Hello.
So there's that, and then Toastmasters has been a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I am. Oh no, I got text messages. Speaking of Toastmasters, Michelle.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Okay, fine. Anyway, we have a Toastmasters meeting tomorrow. Michelle's just making sure I address our district director properly when we do introductions.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of Toastmasters, I am president of core development, and I am the vice president of public relations for Northern Lights.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the VPPR role a lot because I decided to expand on what we were doing last year a little bit and actually use the event features
Ooh.
for groups and pages on LinkedIn and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So then I can like put the theme of our meeting in, provide a link to the meeting, an overview of what Toastmasters is and what our theme is and what it means, kind of thing, and try to put the word out there about Toastmasters more. So I
Right.
really love that role because we've had a lot of RSVPs over the summer,
Oh, that's
and I
good to
get to
hear.
keep track. Yeah, I get to keep track of member interest and guest engagement and that kind of stuff. So it's been really fun. I really enjoy that part of that role. President for Core has been kind of just kind of we're doing a lot. We're actually trying to do a lot of community outreach or organization outreach.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to coordinate a speechcraft program, but it's been a little tricky because the organizations that we are reaching out to don't get like government funding. It's all like nonprofit stuff, so they don't always have the funding to join what we need to do.
Oh, I see.
So we've had a few roadblocks there, but I have taken on the VPPR duties for a friend. I'm not going to actually throw his name under the dirt this time because he's been absent for quite a while, and so
For
I decided to take
reasons.
on his duties. And yeah, a lot of stuff happened with his job and his family, and I only just found out all of this like recently.
Yeah.
So I feel better that I know what's going on and we can move forward with it. But at the same time, like it was like a good couple months where I'm like, where the fuck are you and why are you not doing your thing?
Like the unexpected hiatus of like, where'd you go?
Literally, like no warning, no nothing.
Right.
So yeah, I've been kind of picking up his slacks. I've really been doing three executive positions for two clubs, which has been a little wild and constant reminders of, oh fuck, I gotta go do this. Ah shit, I forgot to post this.
Aw.
So I'm doing my best trying to manage it all, but
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, meetings have been kind of okay. A little low attendance lately, but we're trying to get our members to um, pay their dues and reinstate. So we have a few people leaving, and we have a lot of guests coming back in October that are hopefully going to become members. So
Ooh.
we're kind of doing our best with that in both clubs.
Trying to get that good balance in a way.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been a little crazy, keeping up with things and trying to grow both clubs, but yeah, and adjusting to new people and new positions has also been a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also losing someone in a big position in Northern Lights. My good friend Eric is stepping down as VP Ed.
Right, I remember hearing about this.
So we are currently in a huge process zone of trying to like get nominees and get people figured out.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to do a lot of phone calls actually tomorrow and this weekend to try to see if people want to nominate themselves for the VP Ed role. And if they
Mm-hmm.
say no, try to convince them to become Michelle's assistant. Because she's currently put herself in the nomination running.
Right.
So if she gets it, then it's like, well, if you don't want to be the full VP Ed, would you want to be co-VP Ed with Michelle and learn what the position's all about and kind of take on
Right.
some duties to help her out? And if they say no to that, they're like, well, thank you for your time and interest.
Keep
Um,
going. You're
Is
gonna
there
lose.
any other positions you would like to know about on the executive that maybe I can partner you up with? So doing a lot of that outreach is what I'm doing this weekend.
Aw.
Because it's good to kind of get this interest early, so that way throughout the year it's like, hey, you know how you were interested in the Sergeant at Arms role? Why don't you connect or tab with her? She'll tell you more about it.
Ooh.
And kind of do those things so that people get trained earlier on in the roles instead of
Right.
like the
Put into
very
it.
short, like 2 week transition that they have to go through.
Right.
So that's what we're going to be doing. So that's kind of cool.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, it's been very busy, and I got a new pathway, which is exciting. I will be done my level 1 actually pretty soon, and my level 2. And yeah, that's just been Toastmasters, really. I don't really got any huge updates to share besides those few things of me taking on some extra weight for a few people
Mm-hmm.
and helping out where I can.
Right.
Yeah, it's been busy.
Really keeping your like mainly like this has been well, I guess kind of been occurring during your vacation, but also now like reaching towards your substituting position again.
Yeah. Sorry.
Nice yawn,
But
yes.
I'm not used to staying up this late.
Oh my god, right? It's been almost midnight for you. Not gonna lie, it's like I'm getting to that point of tired as well. It's like usually I'm going to be conquered out because work. It's like
Yes.
I have to get used to this,
I
man.
would be in bed 2 hours ago. Like,
Oh shit.
legit, on a regular Monday to Friday, I'd be out 2 hours ago.
Right, right.
Uh, so I'm hanging in there. So this was Toastmasters. Nothing really much to report on per se.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People liked my recent speech. That made me feel good. I
Aw.
made a very humor infused speech about types of friendships. And I brought you into part of it.
Aw.
Or I was like, yeah, there are those friendships that you know you can drop and do anything with, and they're like your yes and friends, or
Mm-hmm.
they will say yes to your plans and then build on top of it more
I
and make you do more. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's one type of friend. The other type of friend is like the one you see semi-regularly or even potentially on a scheduled basis, like a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis.
I
And I was like, as an example, my friend Daryl and I speak on a fairly semi-regularly weekly basis. And
we
when we
really
do
do.
meet, these other friends are the ones where you could pick up right where you left off and explain everything that's happened since the last time you talked, and then you do something fun afterwards.
That's truly true, actually. Like I can't really
Uh-huh.
debate on that. It's true.
Yeah, and it's like, it's the perfect time because you will absolutely see each other regularly, no matter what.
Right?
And then there's the friends that you see in passing that, like, you know, if you chat with them, you'll have a great time, but sometimes, for whatever reason, whether it be time, memories, or just not caring enough,
Right.
you don't. And so these friends are like that. Those friends you took a few university classes with, or maybe even sometimes your colleagues,
Mm-hmm.
did a speech like that. Then I saved one whole category or one whole paragraph about the lurker friend, where it's like that person you talked to one time at one event and you added them that one time on social media, and then you forget how you met or where you met, and you are too anxious to maybe even speak up and talk with them again, or you're just
Right.
trying to rack your brain on what you'll say to them. And I also described it as it's also that person that you would see down the street where you know who they are, but you don't remember where or what their name is.
Like I've
And
seen
so
you before.
during that entire conversation, instead of listening to what the person's telling you, you were busy going, where do I know you from?
It's like I love this conversation that we're talking about, but I feel like we've talked with I've talked with you before.
What
Who
is your
are
name?
you?
Where do I know you from? Who are you? It's that kind of friend, the lurker friend. Um, and it was funny though. I was like, but they're my favorite kind of type of friendships out there because it's one fun memory roulette game you get to play on figuring out where you know them from and who they are.
Right? I love that one. It's just like I've seen your face.
Yeah.
I've seen your face. Anyways, um,
And yeah, so it was a really funny speech and people really, really liked it.
oh, that's
Uh,
good to hear.
yeah, it was so funny. So I was like, oh wow, I think I'm a little proud of that speech. I try to put humor in a speech for once, because usually my speeches are quite like emphatic and like
Mm-hmm.
real and true. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna put some silliness into this.
I was like,
Uh,
I want to be the dirt on this one because it's like this is so
oh,
relatable.
I want to be a little bit of a relatable derp for this speech, and yeah, success.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, that's a good thing.
so I guess that's one good thing I had going on for me. I, yeah, there's that. That's Toastmasters really in a nutshell, and then work has finally started, and I finally, oh my God,
The ups
I
and
finally,
downs, huh?
yeah, because like over the summer I didn't work at all, but I was on EI, so like I was
Mm-hmm.
on unemployment, which was great, but then I got that weird point where I started working again, so I couldn't claim EI anymore. And so
Right.
all of this month has just been like living off of my reserves and savings. Because for substitute teachers, or at least in my case, I get paid at the end of the month.
Right.
So I basically depleted my fucking savings.
Oh,
I was rough going this month. But hey, I got paid and everything is a-okay.
nice.
And substituting started slow though. Like we got back on the first. Was the first day of work. First. Um, And so, nothing on the first, nothing on the second. And then nothing really the rest of that week until the Thursday, Friday, where I got two jobs, or I got one job for 2 days working at a school doing mechanics,
Oh, right.
which was quite a fun experience there. And then after that, it's actually been picking up quite regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in fact, all of next week, I have 5 full days of studying.
Oh shit.
This week, I only have 3. But next week, I got 5 full days.
Oh my
And the week
god.
before, I had 2 half days and 3 full days.
Just
So,
being out
like,
and about the whole day though, like the whole week though. That's
yeah,
crazy.
a variety of schools, variety of experiences. I've done mechanics, design studies, film. I have done construction. I did English. Holy shit.
Bless.
I sneezed so hard I knocked off my headset.
Nailed it.
Um, and community life something. It's a CLS class where it's like really like it's a bunch of students with like extreme learning needs. And then I've done behavior learning assistance, which is like students that have like behavior kind of problems or learning needs, that kind of
Mm-hmm.
idea. And then I've done English. So I've done a lot of different subjects and a variety of different schools, and it's been quite interesting. And a lot of very chill experiences. But I did have 2 days this month, and oddly enough, it was the 2 half days I did that wrecked me,
Aw,
and happened to be in the same week, so that sucked.
man.
Yeah, I had a grade 7 PE class that made me cry because they could not agree on the procedure for how they handled the end of the day after the gym class.
Oh jeez.
And so half the class just left me alone with the other half of the class and went around the school and entered the building.
Oh my god.
The other half stayed behind and said, yeah, no, usually we just stand here and wait for someone to let us in. And I was like, okay, we're gonna stand here and wait. Then they started banging on the door, saying like, our teacher lets us bang on the doors to get someone's attention. I was like, I don't think that's right, because there's other classes still going on. We're gonna be disruptive. You need to stop banging on the door. But then like 4 more students joined the one student to start banging, and were not listening to my instructions whatsoever.
Oh jeez.
And so, yeah, sure enough, 2 teachers came running out and just yelled at all the kids about disruptive and like, you guys are now like, you guys are in the higher academic stream. You should be able to problem solve and find a way to out and get back inside. You do not need to sit here and be this disruptive. Rah, 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 rah. Then
Right.
turned to me and be like, and where's the other half of your class? I was like, they're probably in the atrium. They went around the front of the building, but they left without even asking permission and didn't even tell me where they were going. And they're like, you're a teacher, you should be able to figure out what to do. I was like, great. They're like, we're going to tell the administration. I'm like, whoa. And yeah, sure enough, they let us in. And then the kids got stuff in their lockers. We all went to the atrium. I dubbed a head count. And
Mm-hmm.
I was missing 3 students.
Oh jeez.
3 students grabbed their shit and left early. And then yeah, the vice principal came over and had a long talk up to me about like classroom management and all this other stuff. Made me feel like shit. I was like, well, never going back to this school. Well, that was
It's
bad.
like if I was like, I don't think I'm recommended to come back here. Forget you guys.
Yeah, no thank you.
There are other schools to go to.
Yeah, so that was pretty bad. I left there crying. And then the other incident that happened that week, a fight broke out in the class. I tried to de-escalate it as much as I could, but I just turned around at one point and like this kid was just like, sorry sub, sorry teach, I can't deal with him anymore. And just like dropped his shit and like went over and started punching. And I was like, okay. Luckily I was able to stop the fight by yelling.
Right.
And I was like, both of you need to stop right this instant. I know you are very angry because he's been egging you on all class and you finally snapped. I get it, but violence is not the answer because that's how you're going to get in trouble. You threw the first punch, and I'm so sorry, but I have to report it
Right.
because that's what I have to do with my job. You, on the other hand, and I just turned to the other kid and I was like, you, on the other hand,
You.
you know better. And I'm not allowed to say this, but I kind of believe it. You deserve it. You need to smarten up. He clearly is not having a good day. He's clearly very escalated right now, very upset. You knew that you were going to get him, push him into trouble. You got him into trouble. I'm going to make sure in my report I'm as accurate as I can be about how much you made him mad and caused him to react this. So you are going to get in more trouble than he is. Do you understand me?
It's like you better understand that like your consequence, your actions have consequences. This is one of them.
Yeah, I just like lost it. I was like, I'm gonna get in right in your face, and I need you to tell me that you understand. And he was like, I understand. I was like, okay, both of you at opposite side of the rooms until the bell rang. Now. And they went to opposite corners.
Wow.
And then I was like, and then I looked at the other classmates though, like the other students were like, it's not fair that you're yelling at the guy that like started. It's not fair that you're yelling at the student's name for throwing a punch when really it was him causing all the problems. I'm like, no, you just heard me. I yelled at both of them, and I will yell at you to stay out of it.
It's like I'm putting you guys all in equal terms. Like it's the only way to damage control because you've already started it.
And then they were like, well, you should get an administration person in here. I'm like, do I need to?
Why?
Or are we all gonna settle down?
Like what is that gonna do? It's basically saying the same thing. It's like I'm gonna get my manager. It's like no,
Yeah.
y'all can we can all solve this together. We don't need more people to be on this mess because oh shit, welcome to adult life when that happens.
Yeah. I literally told the student that was just like on me about the kid. He's like, how
Uh-huh.
dare you yell at the kid that started to throw the punches when really it's the other kid's fault. I just turned to her, I'm like, I deserve much more respect than what I'm receiving right now. You need to back down. I've handled the situation.
Right? It's like they've already separated. They're not screaming. If they were screaming, sure, I will get the people, but like it's calm. You're trying to start up something right now. Dumbass. Bus. Okay.
Yeah. So I had that happen in like the span of 1 week, and like both days made me cry.
Aww.
But I just did what I had to do. I wrote a really long report and explanations to the teachers from my perspectives. Never heard back from the grade 7 PE teacher though. Never heard back from him. But the other teacher, for it was a construction, it was a no, it was what was it? Not mechanics. It was oh fuck, I forget. It was like another. Oh
Like another technical thing.
yeah, please hold. I know the word for it. It's just escaping my brain. It was actually kind of a nice cover. It was just them watching movies. I loved it.
Aw.
It was fabrications. It was welding. That's what it
Oh,
was.
interesting.
Yeah, welding. Um, yeah. So like that was rough. But the teacher that like I read up my report for, he's like, just want to double check everything you wrote is accurate, right? And I like reply back to him like, yes, absolutely. That's from my perspective, what I saw, what I heard, what I experienced, and what I did.
Hmm.
And he was like, okay, thank you so much for your honesty. I'm going to use this on Monday and I will talk to them. I'm genuinely surprised that it's both of those two boys.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, okay. And then he let me know on like the following Monday, because that was a Friday
Mm-hmm.
that happened. He let me know, he's like, they have been talking to you and they're both have written apologies. I just see the attachments below.
Aw.
And they wrote apologies not only to each other but to me.
Aw.
So I was like, hey,
Wow.
what
Wow. Behavioral action worked.
do you know? And then other days for Salmi has just been kind of like the normal stresses of like some students acting out, but then me going, can y'all not? Like
It's
just
like,
being very simple, like I don't really want to raise my voice or get too loud. We're all here just to get through till like the next period, and then you're done with me.
right.
That's it. Can we all just get to that like 10:24 or whatever the time this class ends at? And a lot of the students are like, yeah, that's fair. I'm like, thanks. That's great. Um, the one class I went to though, I had to use the mic. I had to use the microphone in the classroom to get their attention.
Oh boy.
It was just a noisy day.
It was just like, all right, guys, come on. Come on.
I was like, I will use the microphone to get your attention. I cannot yell, or I guess not yell. I cannot raise my voice loud enough to get over this noise. If you cannot hear me, it's too loud. No, 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 no. I'm like, okay. Unplugs the microphone, had a student show me how to turn it on. I was like, all right.
All right, you guys made me use the mic. Come on.
Yeah. And then after
Come
that, they kind
on.
of all settled down. They're like, oh, wow. You're much more louder on the mic. I'm like, for a reason.
Thanks.
For a reason. Yeah, and then like I did behavioral learning assistance this week. I did 2 days at 2 different schools.
Mm-hmm.
The one school is so sweet. This is the one that I texted you about and sent you pictures.
Oh my god, yes! I love it.
I have to tell the story.
You have to tell the story. I want to know how this goes. I want to even just stop my stream just to hear this story.
Amazing. So this was hump day, so Wednesday this week.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a school. It's a very cool school here. They have a sense of school spirit where all the students are organized into different clans. It's very Scottish Highlands based,
Mm-hmm.
which is very cool. They actually have like built-in time of their schedules, like daily for clan time, where they all get into their variety of clans and do activities and things together to learn about Scottish culture and
That's
history.
cool.
Oh, fucking cool. So that's one aspect about the school that I really loved. Second aspect that I really loved it, all on one floor, so no stairs. And then third aspect I really liked was the classroom that I got to teach in. To set the scene is I turned on the classroom lights because I was like, I don't know what I'm walking into, so here we go.
Right.
And I walked in and I was like, oh my god. Because every desk had a human child-sized shark. Daryl, demonstration please.
Yes. It was the IKEA shark.
The IKEA shark. Every desk had an IKEA shark at it. And it was so cute. The kids like put them on the chairs and plug the shark
Oh
in,
my
or
god,
like push
the
the
photos
chair.
were beautiful.
Like push the chair in so that the fins sit on the desk. Very cute. I walked into like sharks at desk and sharks on like shelves.
Everywhere.
There's like a shark corner, and then there's like a quiet room for the kids because it is behavior learning assistance. And in there's like 2 sharks and a bunch of plushies. Amazing. On the roof, hanging off the roof, were a bunch of shark skulls.
Oh my
Like
god.
decorated and colorful everywhere. And then all around the room are a variety of lamps, like our lamps. Oh my god, I
Mhm.
can't speak. Lamps and lanterns. And then they had like the little lights that you hang up, like the little almost like Christmas lights, but not quite, like just
Right.
regular like
White
decor
lights.
light.
Yeah.
And so when the EA walked in, he turned on all the lamps and all the variety of like string lights and things, and then turned off the classroom lights, and it was so cozy.
Aww.
Such a cozy environment the whole day. It was remarkable. And then I got
That's
to look
cute.
around at her desk more, like the teacher's desk. Little Minecraft figurines on her shelf. Some Pokemon little like figurines too on her shelf. It was just like, oh my god, this teacher's like my aesthetic.
She has something that I've always wanted to have as a teacher.
Legitimately though, and it was so funny. It was like after lunch, so nearing the end of the day for the kids, where like once it was so quiet because we only had 4 kids the whole day, legit.
Mhm.
And it was so funny because like at one point the EA had a shark at his desk, and all the kids had their own shark, and they were doing quiet reading.
Aww.
And then one student just like looked up at me and was like, "You need a shark." I was like, hi, what?
Okay.
And he's just like, we all have sharks. We're all reading. You don't have a shark. Like, can we find her a shark? And the EA was like chuckling in the background, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you can go find me a shark. And he like went through like the quiet room in the shark corner and like went and grabbed me a shark so I could have a
Oh
shark to hug
my god.
for the rest of like the 15 minutes of that period.
I was like, well, I'm hugging the shark now.
It was so precious. So like, I have not gone the shark yet because clearly today was a weird day. I slept until 10 a.m. and I didn't go out like I wanted to.
I know.
I
I
wanted
saw,
to leave
I
at
saw
10
that
a.m.
tweet.
to
I'm
go
just
get
like,
that shark.
aw.
So I haven't bought the shark yet. So I'm gonna get the shark hopefully this weekend on Sunday. Because now I want my own after that experience. Because I have not stopped thinking about the shark room
I told you. It's like
since Wednesday.
It's like once you like, I saw the picture. It's like, oh my god, you're gonna be falling in love with the shark. Thank God you did, cause it's so soft. He's so good,
I need him. So
and he's
yeah.
he is like this is the the life size toy one. He's like a meter long. He's a huge
Yeah.
boy.
He's almost as tall as me.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
He's
If you
just a
put
bit
it on
shorter.
it like from like tail fin to like the tip of his head, it's like.
Yeah. So it was the best subbing experience I've had in my entire life because all the kids, all their work was online.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't even have to really do anything besides tell them like, hey, you guys are working on pages blank to blank for this subject.
Right.
And then they went and did it. And then we had to just double check to make sure they used full sentences, punctuation, and capitalization in their answers. That's it.
Aww.
It was such a super chill day. I loved it so much. And then I was in another BLA classroom yesterday. And oh my god, I'm going to be there next week for 4 days.
Aww.
Because the tea. Okay. The tea for this is amazing.
Ooh.
So I got in there and like I can tell it's been a week. Because again, this is Thursday. It was our last day of the week. It was a short week. And naturally for like behavior learning assistant kids, short weeks tend to be their worst weeks for behavior.
Oh, really?
Sure enough. Very stressful day. And like nothing crazy happened, like a fight or like, students just upping and leaving everywhere they wanted to leave.
Right.
But still like a lot of managing things, like students being kind of rude to each other, no filter.
Ooh.
So it was just that kind of behaviors that I had to manage and deal with all day.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them didn't want to listen to me because I was short.
Oh, jeez.
They're like, you're too short to be our teacher. I was like, okay.
Cool. Thanks.
And I am like teaching junior high kids, so like naturally a lot of them hit that like growth stage at that point, and so a lot of them were taller than me, and I was like, thanks, love it. But the tea. So the EAs were all like pretty negative about the kids, like just a fair warning, this one's gonna go do this one's gonna do that, and this one's gonna do this, and this is like no positive remarks about the kids whatsoever. Right. And I was like, I don't know if I like this. So I didn't really like the negativity. Plus, the kids were kind of getting under my skin, and they're like, "We made our last sub leave early." So,
oh my god.
And I was like, "Well, thanks for the warning. I'm sure I can handle you." Just trying to like be cocky back to them.
Right.
That's wild. And then one student surprised me. They're like, "Yeah, we're so bad that our main teacher went on like a stress leave, and then he's moving to another province. So good luck with us." I was like,
okay.
I'm sorry, what? And then sure enough, the EA actually brought me to the back of the room and was like, so let me tell you what's going on.
Oh boy, actual tea.
Actual tea. So yeah, the main teacher who had been there every day for 2 weeks straight up and then went on a brief medical leave apparently. It was supposed to be brief. It was supposed to be back, I guess, like the week, not this week, but next week. Was
right.
supposed to be back. But then they found out. Then on Monday they found out this week that he's actually up and leaving and moving to British Columbia to go live with his girlfriend.
Oh.
Not because he had another teaching job, not because of anything else, because he had another girlfriend. So he's actually not going to be back in the classroom.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He's still sending cover work. He's still sending in things for like the kids to do and such until he leaves.
But he's gonna go
or
MIA.
until the school finds someone to replace him. So they're struggling right now with staffing like crazy. Like they can't even get subs in for EAs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a lot. And yeah, I found out that tea. And then I found out something else that's worse, is that the EA that I was with only agreed to stay for one more year at the school is because she really liked working with these teachers online. They had a good relationship when they were working online together.
Uh-huh.
And then found out that he's doing this. And then I found out she's like, and I am not okay. Because
Oh.
I need to go on medical leave here pretty soon because I have a brain tumor.
Oh shit.
And I've been waiting for the surgery for 3 years. So any day now I can get the call for the surgery.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And
That's
she's
crazy.
and she's had to do more work than the teacher because she has to go and do all the printing, all the photocopying, all the organizing
Like
for all
the
the substitutes.
right.
She's had to do all of that, and she's like, and it's starting to wear on me, like physically. Like by the end of the day, I'm in so much pain.
Oh my god, I feel for her.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, no wonder you're so negative about the kids because you can barely handle it anymore.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, my patience is done,
That's fair.
and I've actually applied to 3 other schools to get out of here.
Understandable.
I was like, oh my God. So yeah, I've learned a lot of tea. And basically by the end of the day, the other BLA teacher, because like we switch classes, like we are the only two teachers,
Mm-hmm.
we switch classes regularly for different subjects. I found out from him and the other EA in the other room, and then we had like another assistant EA that kind of was all over the school. Poor guy.
Oh jeez.
Uh, he's in only temporarily
Oh.
as well. He's only here until like until the end of next week, and then he's gone.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's a lot. They all were like, "Are you gonna be back next week? We need someone." And I was like, "I don't know. I can talk to the office and see if they need me." They're like, "Please do. We need you." I'm like, "Okay." I can only do Monday to Thursday though because my friend Brooke reached out to me and I'm gonna go take over her class on Friday
Right.
next week. And they're like, "Okay, that's fine. Monday to Thursday is better than nothing. We'll take it." I'm like, "Okay."
Wow.
And then yeah, sure enough, I went down to the office and talked to the secretary lady. She was like, "Yeah, I could potentially book you, but I'll let you know if we need you or not. We'll confirm it in a bit." But then the students that were in the principal's office were just leaving. She's like, "Actually, can you hang on for a few moments?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And the principal came out and I was like, "Do you need someone to sub for Quinn again? Or this person?" I don't even know.
Right.
That's the wrong name. I had a Q word.
Hey, at least we got the wrong name anyways.
Yeah. Very unique name. But that's all I remember. But she was just like, yeah, we're still figuring out staffing, so if you can come help us out for another week, or as long as you can, that would be great. That would give us more time to figure out what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, sure. And they're like, yeah, and maybe if you do your best and do pretty good, maybe there's a recommendation that comes out of it. This may be yours. I was like, okay.
Sure. I don't know about that.
I don't know how I feel about it, but we're gonna give it a good try. So yeah, they want me to try to do my best next week and see what happens.
Hmm. Try to. You're probably gonna have to pull like a pretty unique run of how I'm gonna teach these guys. How am I gonna settle these guys?
How am I gonna sell myself to these kids?
Because it's like you're. It's like yeah, you need to teach, right? Like or whatever you need to do, right? But at the same time, it's
Yeah.
like I need them on my actual side to where they're like they can like I get their respect.
Yeah.
So I can at least be comfortable with them. They're comfortable, and then fuck.
I found that they liked watching Bill Nye's Brain Break. They have 22-minute episodes of Bill Nye the Science Guy on YouTube, and I just opened up one on ocean exploration because half the kids are doing underwater or freshwater and seawater
Mm-hmm.
for their science unit. And I was like, this is the closest I've got ocean exploration. And the EA is like, oh, I kind of want to watch this too. What is ocean exploration? What is the actual show called? I'm like, oh, it's Bill Nye the Science Guy. And she's like, no way. My daughter's gonna flip out. She's 21 and she loved Bill Nye.
Honestly, what are they like? Seventh graders, right? Ish.
Grade 7, 8, 9.
Oh, I was gonna say magic
It's
schools.
like a 7, 8 class and then an 8, 9 class.
I was just about to say it's like oh, you could do some magic school bus.
I did that before.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Did it pan out?
No, I had one kid come up to me and was just like, we're too old for this.
That's fair.
And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pull up something else. And they're like, yeah, something more interesting like science. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
fair enough. And then,
I
yeah,
wish
I was
there
just
was.
like, Bill Nye, here we go.
I wish there was PG Mythbusters at that point.
Oh, I know.
It-
But
the-
hey, Bill Nye works.
Bill Nye works. Bill Nye works because Bill Nye is still middle school appropriate.
Yes. especially when the kids started going, Bill, Bill,
Bill,
Bill,
Bill, Bill, Bill, Bill, Bill.
Nye,
The science guy.
Science rules. Okay.
Ah, that's a line I haven't heard it forever. Okay, come on.
I was really
I'm almost
proud. Hey,
30. Like I'm getting close to 30, and that still hits hard.
can you please be proud of me that I was like, oh my god, I have Bill Nye.
Oh yeah, no, that's good. That's a good choice. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Like, I'd be kind of scared because obviously they're like 7th, 8th graders. They're Zoomers, and so it's just weird. Probably put that on, but I'm glad they got it.
No, they liked they didn't like him at the beginning and all the stupid songs that like really another cheesy song I have to listen to.
Right,
But then as soon as he started explaining like scuba gear and like what they have to do for like
like proper
understanding
science.
the ocean floor and how deep the ocean is, they
Mm-hmm.
were like, oh, they actually put robots in the water to determine like how deep the ocean is. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah. And they're like, so they kind of use like the robot on Mars but underwater. I'm like, yeah,
That's where it started.
that's
First,
where it's.
first underwater.
And they were so into it after a while. They actually, like, all of them quieted down and just looked up and watched. And I was like,
Well, I got him.
success. I can actually de-escalate student behavior through Bill Nye the Science Guy in science class. Yes! Goals for the week.
It's like +1. Let's do it. It's like
Yep.
at least now I know how to handle them a little bit. Sure,
Yeah,
slowly
because
but
that's the
surely.
nice part about these classes is that, like, it's mainly escalation control.
Mm.
It's just making sure the kids are not getting stressed, they're not getting overwhelmed,
Mm-hmm.
and if they start picking on each other, it's to quickly nip it in the bud and so that they can settle down
Right.
again. It's constantly doing that. Like they can do the work. They're really brilliant kids. It's just something will set them off and it's boom.
Mm.
They lose their focus and they cannot continue to work.
Oh, okay. It's like, would you say it's like a little bit ADHD that you probably have in there, like in the
A little
kids?
bit. Like it's
Okay.
hard. I don't want to like label anybody like
No, no,
that,
no,
but
no,
like
no.
it's definitely like kind of keeping them focused, keeping them working,
Yeah.
and a lot of them don't have the language to ask for help, so you
I,
have to constantly be like going near them, like,
right.
"Hey, how are you doing with that question?" Actually, I'm stuck. I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah, like the
well,
little
can
bit of.
you use the language? What can you do to help yourself with that?"
Mm-hmm.
I can ask for help. I'm like, "Okay, great. Do you know how to ask for help?" Miss W, can I have help with this question? I'm like, see, it wasn't that so bad. He's like, I hated it. Please help me. I'm like, okay. Um,
It's like, hey, I at least get that from you. We're okay. We can work.
yeah, yeah, it was quite funny. So yeah, it's just doing a lot of that, and it's not like getting them to do like pages and pages of work either. It's
Mhm.
literally us sending like a bare minimum of like, in this entire class period, I need you guys to do 2 pages of work. And that's not even double-sided, like single-sided 2 pages of work,
Mhm.
please. As soon as you're done that, then you can go on like grab a Chromebook and go on like coolmathforgames.com or Prodigy or open up like their ebook reader that they have for the students and you can do those 3 things.
Right.
And it's like a reward. And they're like, oh, okay, so 2 pages? I'm like, yeah, 2 pages. Then you have to show us that you've done it before you are allowed to do that.
Right.
So it's a lot of that, like way different than a normal classroom. Where normal classroom's like, okay, we have 75 minutes in class.
We're teaching shit.
We're gonna go teach things, we're gonna go through the materials, and then you need to do like 8 pages of work.
Right.
It's way different.
So it's like, yeah, it's a really like a pacing, like a slower pacing thing. Just we need to be sure that they're focused.
Yeah, and it's like putting on timers too, like 15 minutes to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You have 10 minutes to do this. You're gonna get a 5 minute break here, and like really using timers and like really setting that pace. What is that? I don't know if you heard of it. There's like a strategy where you do like 25 minutes of work straight through, and then you do 5 minutes off.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just like a
It's something method. That's all I remember.
yeah, I know what you mean. Rather than
Yeah,
just
we
working like
basically do that with the kids, but we adjust the time for whatever they can handle.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just like if you kids stop working, just stop. Like don't worry about it, sort of thing.
Yeah, but like I saw that you've been working really hard and quietly for 5 minutes. I'm very impressed with you. You can go up and walk around the classroom a few times if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like doing a lot of that,
Right.
which I actually don't mind. It's quite a different pace where it feels like you don't have to get through so much material and it's
Mm-hmm.
like go with the kids' paces and that feels nice. But I can tell that like that's also how they get behind.
Yeah, it can
So
become a bit degrading as well. I just like thinking of it like, Right, I need to work on their pace, but also, if anything, we need to catch up a little bit. Just be sure.
Yeah, so like if they have a really good morning or a really good day, and that's like, okay, you know what? Instead of going to gym, how about we stay in the classroom? I'm gonna put something on in the background for you guys. I want you to kind of get up and do a little bit more math work. We're a little bit behind. I need you to do some more.
Right.
And can you do 2 more pages for me today? And then put on something in the background for them to watch. So it's a lot of that kind of management,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of nice. And then they're really good at like snipping behavior, like the teacher and the two ELA people
Mm-hmm.
or the two EAs, because like they start tracking the amount of. So we have a timer on for them to do the task, and they have a second timer for like if a student's not doing the work. They time how long it takes for them to do the work, and that's the time they owe them in gym.
Oh.
Yeah. So then the students learn real quickly, like, oh crap, if I mess around for 5 minutes, that's 5 minutes less I have in gym.
So basically, their gym is like their fun time, basically.
Yeah, it's their like big movement break where they can go down to the gym, play dodgeball or like basketball or
Oh, like
something.
almost like a recess, like a
A little bit, yeah, where it's not like an actual like learning PE class.
Right.
It's more of like, okay, we're gonna give them a few balls and they're gonna have fun with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I miss recess. I don't. All I remember, the weird part is I've only had recess once, and it was when I went to elementary school here in California, where I fully
Yeah.
experienced a recess. It's like, what is like? My thing is like, what is a recess? I just remember just going subject to subject, class to class, lunch, and then go home. Or well, lunch, classes, then go home.
Pretty much the same for me, but I remember having set recess time and break times, but I was that kid that would be reading throughout the whole.
Uh,
So I never really had an outdoor recess ever. I was always like reading inside. Or if I was forced to go outside, I'd be reading on a bench.
oh, I see, I see. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
I was that
really.
kind of kid.
It was just really interesting just to meet up with like realize it's like, oh, there's fifth graders, fourth graders, third graders. We're probably like fifth and sixth usually. Then we're like either playing Foursquare, um, tag tag ball, not really tag football because that's more of like a PE, definitely a more PE thing. Um, um, tetherball, trying to remember that one, and a bunch of other things. I'm just like, oh, I haven't had this sort of thing, and I was like always between like your two classes like around 10 a.m. just to like get through that break, and then lunch and lunch recess because there's always two for whatever reason. It
Mm-hmm.
was like always interesting. I was like, I've never had this before. This felt cool, and I only had it for 1 year because I went straight back to middle school.
Yeah. Ay. Sorry, LinkedIn just suddenly sent me like 3 emails, and I'm like, what?
Oh boy,
Most of it's just like, someone viewed your profile, someone viewed your profile, job
profile, someone
alert,
viewed
job
you.
alert. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, sounds about right.
What were you saying though, just like in the last minute?
Oh, it was just more of like it just experiencing like recess and then like eventually lunch,
Yeah.
like lunch recess because whatever reason they decided to do two recesses.
Yeah, yeah, it's really interesting. Like different schools here that I've really noticed, like each school has something different.
Mm-hmm.
Usually junior high, elementary kids have like 6 periods a day, like 6 classes a day.
Right.
And then they get like 2 recesses and a lunch. And I'm like, what? That's
Right.
so nice. Elementary kids, man, you fucking lucky. And then junior high, it's like a recess and a lunch. And then in high school, it's like you got 10 minutes between classes.
I know that's like the
Or
only
like
thing
five
you.
minutes between classes. In one school, oh my God, Daryl, one school, they had 3 minutes between classes. That's it. And then they like literally is like class, recess, class, lunch, class, recess, class. I
Shit.
was like, damn.
I'm trying to remember if my middle school. I think it was my middle school. Recess was 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you had to run to your classes.
Yeah.
But to be fair, we had a smaller campus. I remember at least with like in my high school, it was 6 minutes because you had to walk. Sometimes you have to walk from the A buildings to Q buildings, which is literally across the field, like literally across campus.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, for I don't remember middle school too much.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like high school, like in Cold Lake. I don't remember grade 9 at all. Grade 9 is a really bad memory blur. But Lillian at the time when I was there, it was 6 minutes as well between classes for the first year. But then as the school still, it was like 6 minutes, it was 5 minutes, it was 5 minutes
Mm-hmm.
for a break between classes. During when I was there as a teacher last semester, it was also only 5 minutes, but the school's huge.
Right.
It has expanded a lot since I was a student there at Lillian.
Oh
Oh my
boy, I
God.
bet.
So a lot of students were late all the time. So this year, finally, they're going back to their normal schedule where classes start at like 9 a.m. and they go
Uh-huh.
to 3:20 and they get a 10-minute break between the two
Just
classes.
to make it across.
Oh, just so that they can get there in time, settle in, and then the teachers can get going.
Yeah. It's like finally we get a good 10-minute break to just sit.
Although the teachers that come, or the students that come in late with second cup, I'm like, that is a poor choice to make. Going all the way to going across the street to the rec center and back is like that's if it's not busy, it's fine. But if you have a class upstairs at the back of the building, not a smart choice. Make better choices.
It's like, we need to like plan this route a little bit better.
Reevaluate, get your second cup of lunch, not between classes. Yeah, I there was one student when I was there for design studies came so late to block 4 because that's what they did. They went to second cup. I was
It's like,
like, next time you do that, just get someone something. If you bring me something, then I will totally waiver the late on the attendance. And they're like, when are you gonna sub for us again?
we'll see.
I was like, I don't know. It's all up to the system and your teacher. Can our
Hey,
teacher, can our teacher get sick? I'm like, don't make your teacher sick.
don't make your teachers sit.
Don't. That's, no. Forget it. Sit down. I'm gonna put on the movie.
Would you though? Like, I like just personally.
No.
Okay.
I was just teasing him a lot. I was teasing this kid that came in like 15 minutes into the movie. And that was like after attendance too. So like 18 minutes late to class, out with a 10-minute break because he went to second cup and wanted his frozen hot chocolate.
Oh my god. The thing is, I'm gonna ask this kind of related question. Does Second Cup have a mobile app to do mobile orders?
They do.
Did he?
No.
Idiot.
Like I said, grade 10 high school student.
Oh wait. True.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, what's her name? And he was like, told me his name. I'm like, cool, we're gonna put a big, huge L by your name there. And he's like, no, don't, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm like, that's not my problem. You didn't bring me anything from second cup, not my problem. And I like barked him like, I was like, all right, take a seat. I'm not gonna argue with you anymore. We gotta finish watching this in this period. Go. And then he's like, okay, and he like went and sat down on his chair.
Aww.
Yeah, we had some good times.
That was fun. That's funny.
Yeah. So it's been a whirlwind doing the substituting thing.
Oh, I bet. And this is just your first month back in
Oh
it,
my
right?
god, it really is.
So it's really like a fun, nice like gamble, like a random bag. Like it's either gonna be
Really.
cool, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be terrifying and crazy, or it's gonna be just tame as fuck.
I literally feel like my job is exactly what your Skype status is.
Like it's a bag of mixed nuts.
Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes you're lucky and you get a handful of like those lovely chocolate covered almonds.
Mm-hmm.
The other time you grab a bunch of fucking disgusting raisins and like prunes and you're like, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yup.
But man, you find that one student that like that perfect cashew and then you're happy. One student can make or break a whole class, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And that's
Even
like
if the
it's
rest of the class is being super shit, you just got that one kid that keeps it real with you. Like, they're always like this, even for our teachers, so it's not really anything you're doing. It's just that they suck. I'm like, yeah, I got it. Why are you the nice, normal one? Because I don't like people being mean to people. I'm like, you're a
aww.
good kid. Just keep that up, okay? I was like, yeah, I kind of have to.
Kind of have to. Aww.
If I break a rule once, then I'm grounded, and I don't like being grounded. I'm like, especially as a 15-year-old. I'm like, that's valid.
That's a mood right there,
Very valid.
honestly. Even I wouldn't want to be grounded as an adult.
Yeah. So really funny. So yeah, there's been some good moments. I've also had one class, where one student at the end of the day, for some reason, he knew so much about like smoke alarms and like dishwashers and ovens and how like self-cleaning is only great if you also put your own chemicals and scrubbing into it. Because it's meant to help out with like small messes, not big messes. And then like, did you know that there's like 8 different types of smoke alarms out there? And I was like, oh my God.
What have you
I could
been
tell this is a
watching?
very special interest for you. It was definitely like one of the CLS classes, like behavior classes.
Okay.
Very fixed interests of these like machines and devices. I'm like, damn. All right, great. And then I had a great conversation with a student with like an indigenous background, which is great for September 30th,
Mm-hmm.
where um he doesn't like things. He likes using his body and like making things and creating things. Because that's what they've been taught. It's like use the land, use your body. That's what you've got. That's what you can rely on.
Right.
And he was telling me how like his family makes bannock and uses bannock more than bread.
Oh.
So they'll use bannock for like burger buns. They'll use it for like pizza and tacos and like all
Mm-hmm.
this unique stuff. And then it was funny because they were making bannock in the food class, and he was like, "Whatever we made today was like very, very salty version of what I make at home." And I was like, "What would you do differently with this recipe? Half the salt, like legitimately like a half of it." And I know we don't put much in it, but like half of whatever we put in there would be good. I was like, good to know. And he's like, plus these fucking mechanical stoves and ovens, it's better over a wood fire. I was like,
Aww.
you're fascinating.
I like
He's
you.
you're teaching me a lot right now. He's like, yeah, and I'm the one that like instead of having a lawnmower, we have like the little like grass slice that you like slice the
I
grass up
guess.
with.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, amazing. So like I got to learn about how like this kid lives his life. And I was like, I love that. It's so
Aww.
simple, so real basic, like basic needs. I'm like, I love this. So I've had some really interesting conversations with kiddos in my classes.
Oh, I bet.
And oh my God, the student that was asking that like knew a lot about those different machines and technology. He kept trying to ask me like, what kind of dishwasher do you have? What kind of like washer and dryer do you have? What kind of smoke alarm do you have? I'm like,
What the
I,
fuck? That's
I don't
weird.
even know.
Oh my god.
He's like, does your smoke alarm have like a green light on it or a red flashing light? I'm like, I believe it's red flashing. And he's like, well, that's nothing to be worried about. It means you have this type of smoke alarm. See, I have this one in my home too. And like, showed me a picture on his phone. I'm like, great. It's been some unique fun times, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so weird, but at the same time, it's like, it's how they are.
It is. It's just that like personal interest in that moment, and I'm like, you know what? I'm here for it
Right?
because I can spend hours just talking to people about D&D. Speaking of which, new development. I have this D&D group that I DM for now.
Ooh.
Well, it's not new. You know it. It's my Saturday night group.
Ah, okay.
That's like comprised of me, my sister, my friend Han, and then our friends Jade, Elle, and Claire, and Alora. Oh god, I'm gas bubble. And our friend Alora. So there's 7 of us, and it's really great.
Aw.
We've got them now to level 5, which is exciting. And we're gonna wrap up the main Feywild campaign stuff next week.
Nice.
And then they're going to move into Curse of Strahd, and we're currently looking for a place to play in person that also has internet capacity so that Han can play with us because she's in Utah.
Oh, I see.
Where the rest of us are based here in my city.
Ah, so like now you need to find a nice cafe to do this shit.
Not really. I don't want a cafe because that's still noisy.
Oh, right.
So there are gaming rooms and things like that that we can rent out, and the best price that I've seen so far is at a place called the Clumsy Dragon,
Eh,
and it's so there's for a table of 6 players, so that literally that'll be me and the 5 others plus my computer for hand.
right.
They have internet capacities, and it's $60 for 3 hours.
Ooh, not bad,
So
not bad.
divide that price by 7.
Damn.
Yeah. So we might try to book that space for in like the middle of October and do like a test run. Christmas Rod.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think I'll do like an online session just to set the scene and the tone of the campaign because it is a spooky, serious thing. And then like, all right, we're gonna go in person next week. Woohoo!
Eee.
See everybody at the Clumsy Dragon at 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so very excited. It'll be my first time DMing in person. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh, and you don't have to worry about getting me a DM screen anymore. I spent a lot of money.
Getting one.
No. Yeah, yes, no. I got a Curse of Straw remastered package. It comes in the shape of a coffin because he's a vampire.
Yeah.
And inside of it, I got a DM screen that's like Ravenloft themes and like Barovia themes. So it's really spooky and perfect because we're heading into October, spooky month.
Hey.
And then it comes with a tarot deck for like the tarot card reading in the game. And then it comes with postcards of the different regions of Barovia. And it comes with a really pretty like coffin-shaped poster slash character sheet of Strahd himself. And then has all the letters and maps separate from the book. And then the book has been simplified to make it easier to run the game.
Nice.
And I spent a lot of money on
A good ton of money.
a good money. Yeah, good money. Over 100 worth of money.
I've heard worse. That's not too bad, actually.
130 altogether.
Bad. For like a whole
Yeah.
kit like that, that's not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, so very excited to whip that boy out.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just been great. And like our group has been trying to hang out and do other things a bit more with each other,
Mm-hmm.
which is really cool. So we hung out last night and just kind of fucked around on Roll20 because they wanted to learn it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
So I
It's
showed them that, and we hung out and just chatted and played on that for a while and drew really stupid things on our Roll20. Yeah,
right.
happened. And then today I hung out with Han and Jade and we played Stardew.
Hey.
It's been really nice. What are you doing?
I realize I need to turn back to the city. I don't need to go this way for a little bit. I'm just doing something kind of stupid.
Kind of?
Pretty stupid. Oh shit. Ah! Come on, guys.
To be fair, they're in the right, but you were in the wrong.
Yeah. Merging. Ow.
That is not merging, that is getting whacked.
Merging. Whack. Ow.
Oh, fun fact while we're driving around, Alberta made it easier to get licenses.
Oh.
Yes, after 2 years, you don't have to do another. You don't have to pay for another driving test to prove that you are like you can have your full license.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Most drivers don't. They just kind of accept like, cool, I got the basic GDL thing, and that's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, but if you wanted to get the full advanced license, you had to pay like $150 just to do the test.
Oh my god.
And so we're scrapping that.
You're just gonna do it by experience.
Yeah, so after doing like the learners program and then getting your license after the learners program, that's the last thing you need. You still have to get special like certifications for, motorcycles and blah blah blah, like
Mm-hmm.
specific things. But to get your full license afterwards, you don't have to do the second road test for $150
Nice.
after 2 years probation.
Oh, okay. So then it just
And
automatically changes.
yeah,
Ooh,
so it's actually easier to get your license now.
nice.
So now I'm a little more motivated to maybe actually learn and not be so scared of a car.
That's fair.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's all of me, though, I think.
For the most part, yeah.
Hmm. Now what?
question. It is already October for you, and it's
Uh,
almost midnight October for me. I do not have Nightbot in here. Hello?
you know what? What are you doing?
I do not have Nightbot on here.
Oh, you're trying to make Nightbot
Yeah, I'm
work.
trying to get Nightbot working.
Nightbot.
No, I might have to like actually log out. I think. I want to at least get this fixed, so then we can at least have it ready.
Uh-huh.
For whatever reason, Nightbot's being a.
Hey, not sure.
Hey! Fuck! Hold on. I fucked up. I just turned it off, so I did not turn it back on. Ah!
Little. There we go.
Yay, it's working! Except it might turn off again for a little bit. Whoopsies. I did an oof on that one. Yeah, apparently he got kicked out somehow.
Oh, we're still in that butt.
Yeah. But yeah, oh my god, we've managed to somehow pull all the updates and like group it in a good way of like still telling a story and then still um providing as much as we can in one stream, really. Now it's a matter of going through the rest of the year. Literally 3 months left in 2022. What the fuck?
Gross. But also, please let it end.
Right? For me, I just can't wait
Oh
for
yeah,
the
I
end
never
of the year.
provided any family updates, but I'll save that for later.
Yeah, we could save. That could be. We could put that in another thing for like. You could always pair that up. For
It's like I got
future
more
stream.
updates for you on some family stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, no, like God, it's gonna be October. Well, it's October for you. It's gonna be October for me in like 30 minutes, and then I can't wait for the end of the year just so I can go to the Philippines and have fun.
Yeah.
But no, just like yeah. At the same time, it's like man, this year has gone too quick. At the same time, it's like I kind of can't wait to start a new year now. I felt like I've done a lot of shit, and it's still the same year.
Right?
It's like I think it's time. Like I want to start anew and make it better, but like I don't want to make it better 2022 per se. There's a lot of fun shit that like I don't want to supersede it, and I already know I can supersede it, but I don't want to supersede it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And next year, it'd be nice for you to come up here, but I kind of want to come down there next year sometime.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We will definitely talk.
Yeah. I don't know when next year, but like sometime.
We will find a time. You guys will know on Chuck and Talk, or you'll know with all the things we've shared. With like my YouTube, which usually this gets uploaded. This usually gets uploaded on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, hi. Twitter, I'm still trying my best to post more. I will start posting more. Now that I'm getting more comfortable at it, I'm trying to see if I can post more stupid shit. Trying my best. Instagram, I do need to get. I do have a couple photos I do need to start posting again. So hopefully I'll definitely get into that. And yeah, and then meanwhile for you, Dragyn.
Hi. I have also been taking a hiatus on YouTube and such. I'm so sorry. I'm hoping to get back into that soon. But there's the link if you want to go check out some old videos and see what I've been doing. That would be coolio. I also have Twitter where I share tweets and links there, so you can check on that thingy. And follow me on Coffee and send me a coffee, because honestly, I'm a very tired. What are all my titles right now? Substitute teacher, vice president of public relations, president, public speaking coach, online teacher. So send me coffee. That'd be great.
And a DM, but you know.
Oh, and a dungeon master, forever dungeon master. That's me. So send me coffee to help me get through all those times because I need it. And then I am also, of course, the most important thing where you should really put all your money into is my charity. I'm doing Extra Life right now, and we're at a pretty quiet period right now. Haven't received a donation in a little while. So will you be the first? will you help us start a donation train? By all means, please click that link and be the first to donate. That would be
Yeah.
lovely. Thank you. It all goes to helping save children's or change kids' lives for the better. Because kids deserve to be treated way better than they are. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In our healthcare system, especially up here right now. Yeah. Because we have outbreaks in every single Alberta hospital right now, except for 2.
Oh geez.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Hmm.
So how about my kiddos? Because they deserve to be treated in a safe space. Thanks.
Oh,
That's me.
that is you. And yeah. So
I kind of want to add another command for like my D&D classes one day, but like not tonight. But
yeah, we
if
could
you,
definitely plan that out because I know you. Again, you still do school, so I feel
well,
like
my kiddos are almost done their Tomb of Annihilation campaign. Next week's the last session.
hot snaps.
Then they move on to a very war-torn setting for a campaign.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
hot damn.
Yeah, if you have a child between the ages of 7 and 18 years old, I can teach them how to play D&D. Or if they want to play D&D more in their lives and they don't have any chances to do so, hey, I teach D&D.
Ding.
You can find me on outschool.com and you can search Teacher Violet in the search bar and it will pop up. And I have classes for beginners, average D&D peoples, and like the advanced kiddos. So I have something for everybody.
Woo.
And my favorite thing is to teach new kiddos how to play D&D because as soon as they understand it, they're like, "Oh, can I make it a character now?" I'm like, "Yeah, go make yourself a character. You got this."
Aww.
So it's very fun, and it's honestly my pride and joy.
That's cool to hear. That's really cool to hear. So yeah, hopefully we'll have that link in the future stream, so it'll be a nice command for
Hmm.
you to share out
Yeah.
and whatnot.
That's me.
That's you. And yeah, you already know my socials is already there. I already talked about it before. I will try and post more throughout October and then throughout the rest of the year of 2022. We'll see how well work provides me work while I balance through things. And then, yeah, by the end of the year, we'll see how I'm going to do this whole Philippines trip. Will it be a vlog? Will it be like a really big vlog? Will it be like whatever? We'll
Yeah.
see. But as always, like I'll be doing this till the rest of the year, and hopefully we'll keep continuing this on 2023. I'll, if anything, if you know there's a break, I'm probably on a hiatus doing other shit at the moment. But really, the main hiatus will be on my 3 week break over on the holiday, so you'll know that. But hopefully, I won't go on hiatus for a little while again. Like I'm hoping that I'm fully back into it. So we will always have these Trek and Talks. Maybe if I
Yeah.
find the time, do some Genshin stream because I'm so far behind. I need to get back. I want to get back into it. I do need to just convince myself to just launch it and go. It's just
Mhm.
that I just need to find that time to do that. One hopefully maybe we'll see in October if I'll get back into it. It'll be going like a lot of old runs and then get into the new place because 3.0 came out. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Um,
I will help him push into it.
But in any case, yeah, thank you so much, Dragyn, for joining as always for the return of the Truck and Talk FRYYAYs. Or Truck and Talk in
Yay!
general, really.
Thank you for having me, and happy 1 week until Canadian Thanksgiving out there, Canadians.
Hey, happy advanced Thanksgiving, even though I think we're going to probably have a stream next week. We'll talk more about it.
Yeah, I just wanted to realize, I was like, oh yeah, 1 week until Thanksgiving.
Hey, second Sunday, right?
Yes.
Yes, I still remember this shit. But in any case, I hope you guys have a great day or night, wherever the heck you are. If you're watching this live, hope you guys have a great weekend. If you're not watching this live, hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And we'll definitely see you guys next time on the next Truck and Talk or vlog or wherever you'll probably see both of us.
Follow us and support us, and we'll see you around the internet.
Yeah, that's Dragyn over there, and this is Spear Witch.
Bye.
Let's see if I can do this right. See ya! Oh shit, this is not centered.
Adios.
Bye! No, I can't think of anything else. Fuck
Hasta la
it.
vista.
Blah. Sure.
Hasta la vista.
Hasta
I'ma
la vista,
say goodbye to
baby.
you.
Bye.